Hi. Hi, Erica. Nice to see you. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Um, Hi. So this is tonight is our members live, but I'm just uh hopping on the regular live to say hello to our friends. So this is our members live tonight, but we're going to be chit chatting. Hi, Andrew. How's it going? Um, uh, about connections, love connections, soul ties, soul connections, and I just put the breakdown to the Luther video from Kendrick Lamar. If you're into that kind of stuff, on that video, it's serendipitous that I finished that video today because I talk about divine feminine and divine masculine. So soul ties, it goes with it. So it's a great conversation. Yeah, it's a great conversation to have. A lot of people are confused about what kind of connection do I have? Why is this the connection from hell type of thing? Or why is this connection okay? Why was this connection strong? Because there's different types of connections that are strong, and that's where the confusion lies. Um, and we're gonna talk about that uh, mostly in our members live, but what you want and your goal, if you want a connection, is a divine feminine, divine masculine connection. That's the highest vibration, and that's where there's no BS, no nonsense, no lying, no games, stuff like that. Hi, Josh. Is this a new account? Um, Congrats. On Koala T. Yes. Oh, yes. And he's been in my lives. I shouted him out in my lives. He's been in my lives. They know. Yeah. My subscribers will say, he's been in my lives. Yeah. So we give each other love. But I show love to a lot of content creators. And sometimes it's not reciprocated, and sometimes it is. Um, so I get a lot of love from Big Kish. We communicate, Skip, etc. That we are the cipher. So yeah. So this is so you finally saw the video. Is this a new account? It looks different. Josh. It looks like there used to be like a J or something. Like it was like red or whatever. I can't keep track. Um, but it's all good. Um, yeah, so you saw it. I know you were like, what the heck? He went absolutely crazy. Everybody was asking him if he was okay. He went absolute craziness. But yeah, so I just put out that video. That was uh that was a just a video of love. And it was an effort of love that Kendrick Lamar. I've been working on that since that video dropped for days. It took me 6 hours to edit that. Not kidding. Um, out of control work. It's a labor of love. Everything love. Hi Cherry Blossom, how you doing? Member Cherry Blossom, member Erica. Friends are here. And Jewel, our friend Aunt Jewel is here. Hold on a second. Um, and Jewel, you became a member again? What the? What in the world? Did I just miss it? Oh my God, did I miss it? Okay, it must have been behind the scenes privately or something. Um, I don't even know. She's like, man, I need my badge back. Y'all gonna stop playing with me. Y'all gonna stop playing with me. So, so yeah, and we're gonna be just talking about soul ties, soul connections, etc. Um, and hopefully it'll bring up some clarity and some of some confusion of what type of relationships you've had. And after this discussion or learning, then you're going to be putting people, unfortunately or fortunately, in a box. You're going to be like, okay, so this was a karmic. And you may find that most of your relationships were karmic, or twin flames, etc. So, excuse me. So, uh, it's interesting. Let me put the settings. Let me make sure the settings are okay with this. Let me check on the settings of this. It's so much. I put out that video. I'm doing this member live. I lost my mind. I lost my mind today. Like, it's so much work. It's actually crazy. And then I'm doing the members live, and I was editing. I was doing orders. Um, okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm just checking the settings. In a little while, we're going to go to just put it on members. And also I'm just trying to see, uh, going live at different times and everything, because I'm, trying to figure this thing out. It's like strange. Okay. And there's a lot of lives going on right now. But we'll see. Let me see. How you guys doing? Please. How you guys doing? What were you guys doing? Is this a good time? Is it late by you? Is it oh, is it taco too? No, I don't even know what day it is. So um yeah, there's that. Okay. All right, great. So okay. So I have the settings here. So we're gonna start pretty soon, and to start going over this stuff. I was doing nothing waiting for you. Thank you. um, so Angel, you became a member again behind the scenes, and thank you, Joshua, for being here, because I know, like, there's so many lives going on. Like, even for me, I'm like everywhere. I was just, trying to support people, but I don't have time, because it's like we're all live at the same time. So it's like people is that's the thing. If we're a lot of us are content creators, it's like we going live. So I rewatch. So rewatch, replay, gang. So um uh let's see. Let me just check the settings before I do. Okay, so we'll start here pretty soon. I'm just gonna change it to membership, after a while. Okay, so I'm gonna start here, and the reason being is because I'm doing outreach, just to reach out, and people can become members and stuff. And I know, like, when it doesn't say like free live readings, everybody's just like free live readings, and this is for the people that want to learn, and you know we just gonna do our thing. So, okay. Let me just make sure, yeah, that I have that option ready to go. So, after a while, we'll just do, I'll customize it to just members. Um, Thank you again, Angel, for bringing, coming back to the membership, resubscribing to the membership. And so we'll see. Okay, so this is just a discussion, and like I always tell you guys, I don't have all the answers, but I know some stuff. I know something. So first, we're gonna start talking about, like, what is a soul tie and things like that. What do you guys know about soul ties? Um, what do you all know about soul ties? Are you familiar with that term? Discussion, yeah. Discussion and learning. I always say discussion, but then people be like, yo, let me take notes, because it's some real stuff being said here. It brings clarity. All these conversations bring clarity. Does member mean those subscribes? No, member is my members pay. Thank you for asking. Hello, how you doing? Let me just wait. Let me greet our people that are coming in. Not everybody is in the notification gang. So members pay to be behind the scenes with me. The membership, members pay. Uh, oh my goodness gracious. This is why. This is why. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. It's the duality. And, you know, we're going to talk about duality too. Because it's like, I'm trying to be open to having, you know, people, because there's great people in the community, but then we have knuckleheads like this troll, you know, that just said whatever, you know, what he said. I know what he said. Um, yes, but you know, I get it. I get it in. It's like my trigger finger is ready. So membership, they pay, is $4.99 for a month, and it's behind the scenes. So back in behind the scenes with me, I have done like what is a life path, helping members figure out what their life path number is. What and that was a good one. What is the compatibility of your partner in life? Depending on your life path and his or her life path. Now, you don't always just have to go on, hey, what's your sign? What's your name? What's your life path? And then I'll date you. You always judge people for who they are. But a life path number helps you understand what type of jobs resonate with you and why are you going to keep, you know, leaving jobs, quitting jobs that don't, you're not doing your purpose, what your gifts are. Um, so we did that. We did life path, past life regression. So past life regression is like anything that you wanted to know about past life regression and astral projection. What is it? What the heck it is? How does it happen? When does it happen? So we did that. And when I do these things, I usually suggest um, books and things like that for people to keep learning and growing. We also, the last live for members was about crystals, like the use of crystals. What's the big deal about crystals? How powerful are they really? Um, how have people used them? What, you know, what kind of experiments have been done with them? So, yeah, so, you know, things like that. So that's the membership, Josh. Okay, let me just make sure I have something. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so that's the explanation. So it's like if you want more Foxy and the crew behind the scenes. I do videos that I don't do for for just regular subscribers. We have to give them perks. Also, I send samples of, I send a package, you know, like a welcome package with little samples of my products and things of that nature, of some of my products, and people seem to like those. And so, and you know, I post stuff behind the scenes. So I post a lot of stuff behind the scenes, um, and that's how that goes. You know, as far as that is concerned. Soul ties to me are things that attach themselves from person you are with, whether they're good or bad. Okay. Okay. And wait, I have to, let me tell the members that I am live, because I keep, some people were like a little confused because I was supposed to go live an hour ago, but it was too much going on and I had to make sure that I had enough time. So let me just, because we're going to get started. So once we get started, you know, they're going to come in the middle of it, and uh, I'll just put this for everybody, I guess. Or our live. Okay. All right, so we're gonna begin. Okay. So, oh, thank you, Angel. just props, products. Oh, I just gave you your props on your products when I came in from the welcome package. Yes. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they like him. Yeah, they thank you. Yeah, they we do everything I do. I like to do stuff honorably, so we um do a decent job at that. Um, a good job. All right, so let's begin. So we're gonna start this discussion, and um, yeah, and I, part of me feels like some people, they just will probably become a member or have to become a member because we don't do all of these for everybody. Sometimes I do extend these to the people, but not everybody. So let's begin with like a quick definition um, of what a soul tie is. Um, I might just, yeah, I don't know if there's not that many people here. We'll just put it. Okay, so yes, so a soul tie. Soul ties are different categories. There's different types. There's like 5 to 10 kinds. We're gonna talk about the different types of ways. So it could be an emotional. So soul tie is could be an emotional, a spiritual, or a social tie connection that you have. It could foster deep relationships, or it could foster deep learning, hard lessons. It can bring forth some negative, low vibrating actions in you, and unhealthy dependencies like attachment. Some people are addicted to their soul connections. So and there's with the negative soul ties, there's definitely manipulation, and there's definitely some negativity attached to that. Let me put the title of this. Let me put the title. Make sure I have the title. Let me write soul ties, karmic things. All right, 1 second, guys. Soulmates. Hope you're having a great week. Uh, April 30th is a very powerful day to manifest. Um, let's see, karmic twin flames. Okay. All right. Okay. So, like I said, I'll do a few minutes on this with everybody here, and then I'll just make it private. Okay. So, again, a soul connection or soul tie could be emotional, could be physical, could be social, or spiritual. Um, all right, so these foster positive things, you grow and learn, or negative things where you don't learn, you don't grow, you mirror each other, back and forth negativity, etc. It could foster unhealthy dependencies like attachments, um, and things like that nature. All right, so first is an emotional soul tie. So we have an emotional soul ties. These are strong emotions. Um, like you share things with someone, you have a lot of emotions and emotional experiences in common, that makes you vulnerable. You share vulnerabilities like, oh, I've been hurt before, I've been lied to before, etc. There is mutual support. There could be mutual support, and you share a lot of life experiences together. There's a closeness, there's an attachment. This could be platonic. Now it could start off platonic, and then that could develop into just into something more romantic connection, and so on and so forth. So emotional soul ties are like shared emotions and trials and tribulations and experiences. Then we have physical soul ties. These are the most dangerous. Physical soul ties. This is like when this is intimacy, physical intimacy. You're connected to someone because of that. one night stands start out like that. One night stands start out as physical soul ties, and they they're romantic connection, so it's not platonic. It's not as platonic. Physical union can create a bond that becomes very difficult to break. So a lot of people that, a lot of the one night stands is like a funny thing, because a lot of people think they just want a one night stand, and then they keep having that friends with benefits connection. What they don't understand is that sometimes someone always gets attached. Someone feels like, wow, it starts falling in love. It could happen. And someone wants to just be casual. So it's like, you know, divine energy, divine feminine energy sometimes gets attached and wants to just, grow from there and say, okay, we might have started out as a one night stand, but we might could do this. We could live together. We could build from here. And that has happened where people that have a one night stand end up getting married or whatever, and it can work if both people value the connection and say, you know what, it's not just about sex or whatever. But usually, where it becomes the most volatile, this could be one of the most volatile connections, is when you have sex or whatever, and then uh, there's an addiction. And some people might just be addicted to the act, the intimate act. And some people, and then, but the addiction causes people to be like, where you're at, what's going on, and kind of want to rule somebody's life, or uh, just become very possessive. Okay. Or they cannot care about, hey, are you okay? Did you eat today? And some people cannot have these one night stand connections. Some people can't do that because they know themselves. They know they are going to be too attached. Okay, so another example of a soul tie is a spiritual soul tie. So here the connections are fostered through spiritual beliefs and practices and experiences. It involves a sense of divine purpose and alignment. So spiritual tribe, this is what we're doing. A spiritual tribe is like our soul friends. It's like we are in a line. We're going on the spiritual bus, like I always say. We're on a journey, a spiritual journey, and we've share, experiences. We share hardships, and we're trying to come to the light, bring awareness to our situation, become psychically intelligent, and have discernment. That's the end game, is to have discernment and live a life of purpose and abundance of peace, of joy, of happiness. So that's another tie. um the next thing is, so that was a spiritual tie, and it could be, we do have religious tie in coming up, but the next one is social soul tie. These are formed with friendships, mentorships, interaction. They can involve a deep sense of like friendship, or just camaraderie, or hangout, or just a social club. So these are shared values as well, but it's not as deep as a spiritual soul tie. But they're both as important, because it's fostered on friendships, clubs, organizations that you belong to. And the reason why I personally think they don't always have to be as deep as a spiritual soul tie is because social soul ties are like, okay, our organization that we're both in, or that we're all in, it stands for these principles and these ideas, and we have that in common. We're trying to do community service, or we're trying to raise money, and it's not as deeply emotionally connected. It's just like a purpose. Now in comes the craziness. Okay, karmic soul ties. Whoo, child. Okay, karmic. If you ever heard people saying, "Hey, they're in a karmic relationship," or "He was a karmic," or "She's a karmic," you heard me saying that. Karmics is one of the most tough and volatile and hurtful ties that you could be in. These are believed to be relationships that help us. It's like a karmic debt. Uh, For example, if you cheated on someone, then you have to go through that karma, and that usually ends up happening to you, that someone's cheated on you, someone that you are close to. Or for example, let's say someone cheated on you and they betrayed you. They gotta, it is believed that they gotta go through the same thing with someone else. They meet someone new, and the funny thing is, they might take that new person seriously, like, no, let's get married, and do stuff that they didn't want to do with you, like be engaged, be a couple, and they take somebody serious. Well, that's their time to pay for the lesson. So that person is like a mirror that shows them, like, oh, this is what you've done, this is what you are, and this is what, you know, how it feels. So they have to pay that karmic debt. um, and you know, how you lose them, how you meet them sometimes is how you lose them. If you started a relationship with someone that was married or was tied to someone else, that is a karma that happens. That's a lesson that you have to learn, unfortunately, is to believe. They involve intense emotion and a magnetic connection. And that's why sometimes when we do readings and we see that there's a magnetic connection, those are not always good, you know. Sometimes it, you know, it is a positive thing. So it's a intense emotions, and it gives you like an opportunity to grow and learn. And you have to grow and learn, otherwise you won't be in a divine feminine or a divine masculine connection that is positive. You're just going to be in a bunch of BS over and over, you know, just some nonsense that it's never ending. And that's why, you know, unfinished business card, when we do tarot, comes out, that means it's a cycle that has to end. Because if not, you will be stuck in that cycle until you learn that lesson. um, so there's opportunity for growth. You must grow and learn. All right, so in comes twin flame. Okay, so these are believed to be very, very intense, and people think they're the most intense, because it's almost like you halfway learned your lesson with with a twin flame. And but the problem is, here's the problem with a twin flame, and I want to explain this. A twin flame, one person is a soulmate, and one person is a twin flame. What does that mean? In twin flame connections, there's always a breakup or a separation. Trust me, there's no way around it. Like, there's no way around it. What happens? Someone feels like the connection's too strong and they get scared, they run away. They run away, they cheat, they do whatever, and they're like, no, they have a change of heart. This is not what I want. So these are believed to be a soul connection, involving deep sense of recognition and shared energy. They recognize that you are it, that you are a diamond in the rough, that you are the best person, marriage material. This is when somebody has said, oh, you are marriage material, you are husband material, but they don't really take you serious, or they don't move like it. You know, they cheat, they leave, they lie, whatever. And it's always a separation. Let me see what you guys are saying. One is, hold on. Okay. All right. One is the runner, the other was a chaser. Yes, exactly. Because I keep saying that in readings, and people be like, what the heck are you talking about? So the runner and the chaser. This is the runner and the chaser, twin flame. And people be like, no, you're my twin flame. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't want to say that if y'all knew what that really was. Because why do we have the phrase twin flame, and we have the phrase soulmate, you know? So y'all really don't want to be in a twin flame. I mean, a twin flame. Now here's the thing, there are readers that read and they be like, oh, I'm a twin flame reader, right? And their whole channel is just on twin flames, right? The twin flame journey. I don't have time for it. I don't have time for somebody that's not ready for me. For example, in a twin flame, there's a separation, and then people come to us, readers, like, hey, what's this person feeling about me? What are their thoughts about me? Why? Because they don't communicate, they don't tell you, they just shut down. And ain't nobody got time for that. Like that meme says, people don't have time for, I don't have time to wait for someone that's not ready, because there's always someone that is a soulmate, that been through the BS, that been through the nonsense, that has learned their lesson, and they are ready to date. You know, they're ready to date. So, um, yeah, it's like wait for me until I get it together. Get it together can mean, and I want to make sure I'm clear on this. Get it together means, um, oh, I'm gonna date this person and see what happens. Get it together means they don't had another kid with somebody else, and they come back when they're ready or when they're sick and tired of that relationship. Is extremely hurtful. Get it together means I read for people that their twin flame marry and they're waiting for 10, 20 years. Like, nah, he gonna leave her because he gonna divorce her. To me, that's crazy toxic, and it makes no sense. And it is toxic, period. It is always a romantic relationship where it can stem into other aspects of life. It could a twin flame is also like a soulmate, and then you could have a soulmate in a friend. You could have a soulmate pet. You could have it could be platonic, but it's usually romantic. It's usually romantic. It could start off platonic, and there's people in denial. There's people that start off and they're in denial that this person is their twin flame. You get me? They are in denial. Southwest, how you doing? Doormat energy. Yes, ain't nobody got time for that. I don't want to see y'all people I care about about y'all like just waiting in the pending file. They put you in the, that's another phrase for it. They put you in the pending file until they're good and ready. You got time for somebody to get married on you? To me, that's the ultimate gesture. If somebody gets married, marry someone else, but they say, yeah, you're such marriage material, is an insult. Um, uh, if someone has a baby, you know, out of wedlock, and some people get married to their twin flames, but um, there's a separation, there's divorce. That's why there's so many divorces. Some people get married for the wrong reasons. You know, some people get married for the wrong reasons. They get married real quick, just under duress, under pressure, or because of ultimatums. Like, oh, you giving me ultimatum? I need somewhere to live, so I guess I'm gonna do it. It's toxic, toxic as hell, and you know, toxic as hell. Yeah, nice to see you, Southwest. Welcome. So, you know, that twin flame to me is one of the most hurtful because it's almost like a make believe soulmate, and they both recognize that you are each other's soulmate. What is a soulmate? A soul. By the way, a soulmate energy, which we're gonna go into, and a twin flame is a soul that was one soul once in heaven. That's what people believe. You don't have to believe it, but one soul split in half, meaning like the yin and yang connection, the yin and yang. Okay, um, so the yin and yang is people that complete each other. Now, I want to talk about, before I talk about soulmates, I want to talk about what is a divine masculine, divine feminine, real quick. And we might not have to do a live on divine feminine or divine masculine um, after this. But okay, so let's go over kindred spirit and let's go over kindred spirits relationship. So this is basically connections with people who get it, who get you. You know, there's similar values, life experiences. They can be found in friendships, relationships, mentor, or family. Kindred spirits. So it's like a click. You click with someone, they're more like you, like you. You might be closer to a cousin than your siblings. You might be closer to an aunt, and not your parents or your mother, etc. Free spirit like you, or just thinking of your beliefs, similar beliefs. So kindred spirits could be platonic or you know, in a relationship. They could start off like that. And a lot of the rom-coms movies, the romantic movies, start off people as kindred spirits, you know. They they want to be together. They have similar values. They're very good friends. They understand each other, good listeners, and all that good stuff. So that's what they call kindred spirits. Um, there's people mention also soul teacher relationships. That to me is almost like a soulmate friend or soulmate mentor. That's what, soulmate mentor. They're relationships where someone is put to help you, to guide you, usually a person that is got their stuff together or has money, like a person that is abundant, to teach you how to be abundant, or to help you or give you money, or support you, or support your business, etc. So that's like a mentor soulmate relationship. It's such a thing too, mentor teacher. So and help you to grow through life's lessons. Somebody that's been there, done it, and they are chosen to help you, um, uh, without anything in return, just to be cool with you. Yeah, you need to. So I know what people are thinking. Like, is that a sugar daddy? No. Because this is someone that will help you. It's mostly platonic, but it could be as well. I need to find some of them. Yeah, that it doesn't have. It's not designed by design. It's not designed to be romantic. So it could just be like someone, and I think all of us have had someone that have helped us, but perhaps they didn't monetarily give us money or whatever, but have been put to be a teacher or guide or something to that. Um, Let me see, what is Southwest saying? People who show you the ropes. Yeah, they show you how to be abundant, what to do, and or how to start a business. And I had a few people like that to help me, and it may not just be one person. By the way, don't think it's just, oh, where's my person that's gonna help me or give me money, it might be a bunch of people, 5 people that serendipitously helped you. One person told you about domains, how to get a domain, how to get register a domain. Then another person told you, hey, you gotta register the business in your state. Somebody else told you, hey, if you're starting a business on beauty products, they got good vendors or good suppliers. Or I know someone that is a supplier, you know, little workers that are put to help you, to push you on your way to become abundant, mentors. And your guardian angels have sent them to do that. Hello, how you doing, Dawn? I didn't advertise that I was going live. I just kind of went live, and um, yeah. But so we're talking about soul connections, and you feel free to rewind this part. Um, replay, watch. So let's see what else we have. We're talking about different types of connections that will gatekeep and not help. Yes, yeah, all the gatekeepers. Yeah, some people, they're not for you. They're not gonna help you. They're not gonna help you, and they can help you. And you see family members doing this too, that they can help you, and they're like a toxic non-soul teacher, because they can help you, or they got the money to support your business, but they won't do it. So a soul teacher or soul helper, if you will, are people that are going to be put in your path to help you or to give you an advice, like you should start a YouTube channel. And I had a bunch of people saying that for over a decade, Um, so let's see, what are your comments? Um, okay, okay, we did that one. You ask questions, they give you the runaround. Yeah, they give you the runaround. Like, look, you just gotta work hard, and work hard doesn't make you money. I hate to say it, that's an unpopular opinion. Yes, you gotta work hard to build your business, but when you build your business, you gotta start learning how to work smart. Millionaires, they don't work as hard, they just make decisions. They have people to do stuff. Somebody count my money for me, please. Somebody run this shop, and you pop in into the warehouse, like, yo, everything's running good, what's the inventory, what's going on. So millionaires and people that got money, they don't work that hard. Like somebody at Walmart or somebody at Burger King is gonna bust their behind, with hot grease and God knows what else. So just because you are a millionaire or you wanna have money doesn't mean you gotta work hard. It means you gotta work smart. Um, and you will, it's a lot of work at first. It is a lot of work to build the foundation of your business and to come up and develop the idea. But once you develop it smart, so that all you got to do is edit. Like if you post products, like I post products, so it's like you got a template already, so it's like redo the template, just like, okay, so I got soaps, I'm gonna just copy this template, change things, do stuff. And after a while, it's like you have people doing that. It's like, where's my social media guy? Where's my social media kid? All right, dude, social media, you doing inventory. Who's the warehouse? Where my, chemist making my, products. So those are like soul teachers, people that will help you. All right, so the next one is kind of like a twin flame, but it's like a soul mirror. A twin flame is a soul mirror relationships. For me, for me, the soul mirror and the twin flame and karmic, it's a mirroring relationship. All right, let's see what y'all put. Agree. Working hard does not make you money. I learned that the hard way. A lot of people work hard and they don't have anything to show for it. Most people that work the hardest, that are cleaning bathrooms in a big stadium or something, they're the ones that work the hardest and they don't got anything to show for it. You know, or people work in a concession stand in a big stadium. It's like the guy walks in or the lady walks in and she's like, nah, I own this stadium. The owner, what do owners do? They walk in, Italian suit, or nice suit, hair done, nails all clean, and they walk in, they're like, inspect, easy peasy, what's going on? And they get paid to think, and make decisions and overt and risk management, to hire people to do risk management. Like, hey, is there potential risk for us to get sued on this? Liabilities, what's going on with this? Inspection, did this pass the health inspection? Etc. If you go work hard, then if you work hard, people will give you more work to do because they think you're available, you're a hard worker. So help me God. Bang, 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 bang. Yeah. People will use you as much as you allowed. It's like the craziest thing is like, when they pay somebody like, oh, you work for $9 an hour, respectfully, not putting anybody down. Yeah, we always learn in these lives. This is a behind the scenes, but we wanted to include some people. Sometimes I do this because I feel like people need to know what this is, and people ask about it, and I do readings and people don't know what I'm talking about, and we always learn. You should join the membership, Southwest, behind the scenes, because we have this type of content. That's what we do. So for example, I was saying, if you get paid $10 an hour, right? You know how much work they expect you to do if you work for Target or working at the Gap folding clothes? Do you know how much they expect you to do in an hour? In an hour. In an hour, you could clean your house or clean most a good part of your house, do a lot of chores and stuff like that, and get yourself together for the week. So they're paying you an hour to stand on your feet for an hour, fold clothes, don't look idle. They on your neck, and then help customers. You get me? And keep stuff clean. Stuff on the floor, pick it up. That's in an hour. Here's your $10. You crazy out your mind. The problem is, when people, the good thing is when people put in your path mentors to help you, the soul mentors, what we were talking about, soul teachers, when y'all see, and maybe y'all have experienced this, when you have been shown how much money you can make in 5 or 10 minutes, you can never unsee that. And that's why I know people that say they rather die than go work for somebody. So to be abundant. And when you're abundant, then you attract a different type of person. You don't attract a person that's just working, busting their behind and being miserable. And that is what causes relationship arguments. Money is one of the reasons people leave, because they don't have enough to be comfortable. And it's like, yo, you overspending and you're not spending enough, or we can't go on vacation. They don't have enough money to enjoy life and go to, Dubai or Bora Bora and purge out some negativity and relax. You can't buy. Yeah, so 10,000 an hour can't even buy you a meal right now. Right now, it's like $20 for McDonald's if you want a combo. I don't eat that, but I see it. I see it. Um, and they have been respectfully, there's people that have been that work there, young kids, and even in my family, they stop working there because it's like, what is this in the burger? What is this green stuff? And or what is going on? And they're like, they seem too much. Let's just leave it that way. You can watch videos online and go down that rabbit hole. There's things that are not healthy for you. It's not healthy to be in that environment all day just with the grease and all that. So, and also it's like, how do you want to make your money? So all of this money, and we're talking about finances, is important because when you're calm and you have an energy of wealth, whether you wealthy or not, you know that you have been shown by soul teachers or guardians how to make money. And once you see it, guys, and correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody in the chat has seen how to make money in 15 minutes, if you ever, 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 ever made like $400, $900, $1,000 in 15 minutes, you're done. You're never gonna unsee that. You can never unsee that. You can never unsee that. And then if somebody talks to you like you can make $20 an hour, it's no way. There's no way I could make $20. $20 respectfully for anybody that's making that. God bless you. Hope you are abundant. But it's like, yeah, $10 an hour can't even help you. And there's people working for less or whatever. Um, Fashionably late. Oh, how you doing? Yes, it's okay. So we discussed. Let's mention the ones that we've discussed already. We're talking about soul ties and how to be abundant, so that you can attract the right type of, connection. So we are about to talk about divine feminine, divine masculine, soulmates, and soulmates. But first, let's go over what we've done. We started out, we said emotional soul ties, and to rewind and review, for our friend Whippy Star, welcome, by the way, Whippy Star. Either way, so emotional soul ties are formed through strong emotional bonds. They share emotions and life experiences. Physical soul ties are sexual one night stands, or it doesn't have to be one night stand, but friends with benefits, and it's just a sexual physical connection. Spiritual soul ties are people that have the same beliefs, practices, or experiences, or divine purpose. We are our spiritual soul tribe here, as Erica often says. We are a spiritual soul tribe. We've been aligned and put a divine purpose of alignment to raise the vibration of the collective, and also be abundant and be aware, raise our awareness, and know how to do this life, know how to attract things, know how to bring into fruition the partners that we want. Social soul ties are friendships, mentor groups, things like that. We said social soul ties. They just, for hanging out, friends, etc. You might be part of an organization that shares your values. Karmic soul ties are the worst. They're toxic relationships, very strong magnetic connections, but you owe a debt to society, to karma. Like, you were not great in relationships in the past, and you're going through that karma yourself. Um, yeah, soul tribe. Thank you, Erica, for saying that. So karmics are a mirror relationship, a soul tie. A mirror is showing you what you've done wrong in the past, and that you know that you need to change. Some people that are in karmic soul tie, they keep going from person to person to person and just keep being karmic and realize nothing works. No relationship works. They all end up in toxic arguments, calling the police, all this and that. Some people in karmic soul ties are like, wait a minute, what's happening to me? Why I keep dating the same type of people? I need to change. And that's drastic ending or betrayal is too much for them, and they go on a spiritual path. Okay, and they go on a spiritual path. And I also just put the Kendrick Lamar and Luther breakdown. That's a positive. I worked on that one, and it explains a lot into the connection of the divine masculine and divine feminine, which is an important thing. I'll be doing more shorts on that too. That is the soulmate that you want. No games, no nothing. They become more abundant. If you're rich on your own and you meet your soul, your divine counterpart, y'all own land, y'all own houses around the world, like y'all living kings and queens energy. But you're above that. You're the empress energy. We also went over twin flames. Twin flames are, you both know it's a soulmate, but one person always breaks up. You started off as one soul in heaven, or however you believe. It starts as one soul split in half, and you complete each other like a yin and yang. It could be a soulmate, but one person knows the value of they both know the value of the relationship, but one person stays and wants to fight for it, and there's the runner and the chaser. One person leaves, it's too strong, it's too scary. Kindred spirits are connections like light and fluffy friends. You share values, experiences, friendships, mentoring, and a family. It could be your kindred spirit, could be you be closer to your cousin rather than your sister or your brother, or an auntie, uncle, etc. Or an uncle could be more like your father, like you have that connection, like, oh, I wish that was my father, type of thing. Um, and soul mirror, some of these are mirroring connections. A twin flame is a mirror. It's putting a mirror in your face like, look, you cannot date these type of people, you got to change. um, a, a karmic soul tie, karmic, is a mirror relationship that it shows you you should not be with this type of person. Okay, so now we're gonna get into. You came, yeah, towards the end of this, but it's fine. So now we're gonna get into, and we did soul teachers, people that are putting your paths, in your path to help you, like bring you to abundance or bring you to the job and the purpose that your gift that you're supposed to be doing. Like if you're a motivational speaker and someone, your friend says, "Hey, I need someone to talk about um whatever." Let's say you're into knitting or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, I'm at a social club. I need somebody to speak and do like a little thing for me." And you're like, what? I never had to speak a day in my life, but that person was put in your path so that you can do it. And when you do it, everybody loves you. And they're like, oh, we had so much fun with you. And you're like, man, I'm really good at this. And then you start figuring out, maybe I'm good at public speaking, even if you don't like it. So there was a ton of people. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Universe, that were put in my path. I mean, because I wasn't believing it and I wasn't falling for the public speaking thing and YouTube, even though I've been a public speaker almost my whole life with accidental things. Like I was almost like in my community a child actor, and would travel and stuff, even though I was painfully shy. But it's like every time I did speak or whatever, or read a poem in school, I had a lot of enthusiasm. I spoke, very well, and everybody always complimented or was surprised. Let's see, Joshua said it's not bad to start off working hard, but gaining wisdom in the hard work should bring peaceful workload to your life. Yeah, so we were talking about, we started talking about abundance, and working hard does not make you rich. We said that, but you do have to work hard to establish your new life, your business, or a stream of income that you do. But then you work smarter after that. You put it together and then it works. You have a template. Do a template for everything. How do I do social media? I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. How do I take pictures of my art or my product? You do this. Where do I advertise? You know where to look. Okay, so I gotta go on Google, I gotta go on YouTube, I gotta go on TikTok. You start finding ways and shortcuts. All right, so now let's talk about divine feminine and divine masculine, which is a soulmate connection. Okay, a soulmate connection, they are deep connection, extremely deep connection, the strongest sense of familiarity and belonging. This is, you meet someone, I swear, in minutes. It doesn't take you years. You're like, you're connected. It's the love at first sight thing, and a lot of people think it's BS, but it's not. It's the love at first sight. You feel comfortable, you feel at home. Okay, so remember that phrase. Soulmates is an at home connection, where you're like, ah, nah, I could be myself with this person. And when you are able to be yourself, that's when you're truly free. With a lot of people, it's like you have to walk on eggshells. Realize a relationship, think back, where you just be like, oh, he don't like when I do this, or she don't like when I do that. But with a soulmate, they understand you, and you can collaborate with, and you can compromise. Like, okay, you don't like this, I'm gonna try to do this, and they care because they've been through hell on earth. They've been through the same hell on earth that you have. They are sick and tired of relationships like you are. They're about to give up on love like you are. So that is the ultimate thing, to find someone that is ready, that is hanging on a string, you know, and that is a romantic. It's like you see, and that's why y'all look at that Luther video if y'all want to, so you can see that connection, that look, that lock in. You're locked in with that person, and you know when you're intimate with your divine counterpart, it's like, what have I been doing before? It's not a real sexual relationship until you know you're intimate with a divine feminine or divine masculine. That's why they're like, they always say Erica Badu, she got that magic, she puts that spell on guys or whatever, because she's in her full divine feminine empress mode. A divine feminine, it's not attached, it's not, because with a lot of these soul ties, these you feel attached to someone, and you feel, and you know, come on, let's be honest within ourselves, there's someone that you've been attached to or addicted to, and you're like, why do I keep going with this knucklehead? Or you're being tempted with, there's someone that tempts you, and it could be sexually, and it's like, yo, this person ain't about nothing, but he got good stuff, or whatever, she got good stuff, you know what I mean? But they ain't what they talk about, they talk about nothing, you know. But you know what I'm saying? So when you're on a spiritual journey, that's why, for example, if I have to go back to Kendrick, um, he's had crisis with women. He's had problems. You know, ye who is free of sin cast the first stone. So none of us are free of sin. We've all made mistakes, right? But the difference is when you put on a spiritual path, you reflect. So a soulmate has reflected and has taken accountability. There's people that will never be sorry for what they've done to you, because they want to live in a karmic, you know, hamster wheel of karma and despair, and they're comfortable. Some people are comfortable swimming in toxic oceans, and they do it over and over and over, and that's what they love. And they think like, and you see them, posting stuff like, man, I don't want somebody unless they, have a side chick, or unless there's girls and girls, let's say girls, that like that. They like, yeah, the bad boys or the bad girls, like, she got a little edge to her. No, the little edge to her, the little bad boys are going to keep you at night crying your tears out and wondering, where are they? What's going on? They come back to you like, yeah, I had a kid on the side. Good news, but I'm sure you can help me out. You're a good mother. I, I can't even hear myself saying that, because it's despicable, disgusting. It goes against my soul. And I do not. And when you're on the right life path, you know that you rather be alone. You rather be alone than being these nonsense, toxic energies that will keep you stuck. And then you wonder why you always have the same type of jobs, the same type of things, because your mental state is so damn low that you're busy chasing after this person, and you're busy trying to figure out what they're doing and how they feel about you, that you don't feel complete enough to this, you know, to detach from that and to be abundant and try something new, a new cooking lesson, a new let's go to a museum, let's join this club, let's join this online community. You don't have time to do stuff for yourself, but when you are grounded, you like to be by yourself, or you are abundant by yourself, or the loneliness starts feeling comfortable. Like you got a little routine to you. You like, wait a minute, I wake up, my cup, I put my cup here, that cup is gonna be there when I come back. You understand? And some people get so comfortable, like you in a relationship, it's like, yo, who moved my cup? Oh honey, I did. Man, fighting times, you know, because you're so used to, you're at bliss. So once you start being at bliss is when you know, or at least see the positivity of being by yourself. That's when you start, you know, you started healing. Because when you first break up, you're like, oh, I need them, I need them. Well, come on, come back so we can watch movies together and do stuff together. But when you have confused manifestations, the universe is going to take one order. If you say, God, please spare me, keep these people away from me, like, you know, keep these negative people, but then you're tempted by your ex and you like, you don't know, which way do I go, which way do I go? But your heart is your intention is that you really want to do better. The universe is only going to take one order, and they're going to be like, oh, do better. Then they put separation. No matter how many times y'all call, y'all text, y'all gonna get into arguments, and the divine intervention means we taking over, okay? Because you don't know what the hell you want, and we're gonna end this for you because you're a good person, but you don't even know how to protect yourself from these karmic relationships. You don't know any better, so we're gonna go ahead and make sure there's separation between you and such. And you get readings and it's like, how does such and such feel about me? He thinks you're a piece of crap, or he thinks he's a liar, he's this, he's that. And you hear these things, and when you're in denial, you're like, no, let me try it again. Until every time you do a reconciliation, it doesn't work with this person, and then you sit your butt down and be humble, right? And you're like, why am I not together? And then when you are forced into isolation, you like throw a temper tantrum at first. You feel sad, you cry all the time, or you do whatever. And then after a while, it's like if you're stuck in an island. After a while, you're going to learn to farm. You're going to learn to fish. You're going to learn to be abundant by yourself and be happy. And eventually, you're going to be like, wait, there's some good things about this, you know? I got time to watch all my lives. You know, you got your routine and stuff. And then you match the vibration of a person that's saying the same thing, but you know, they got two different people. There's people that heal and want to be by themselves. They're like, the hell with relationships. And there's people that heal and they'll be like, I don't believe in love. I still want to love her. And you know, that's when you attract. You attract. So the divine feminine. Let's read some of your comments, and then I'll give you the 3 things that I talked about in the Luther video that I explained: divine feminine, divine masculine. Let's see. Okay, so Weepy Star, we done caught you up, girl. We done caught you up. Um, so Weepy Star, yeah, I decided to make this public right now, because this was a member live. This was a member live. I was gonna just go in the members, but I just changed. I wasn't done to work hard for other people. Yeah. All right, so Southwest says, I always wonder if these types of relationships are available. Why are there so many people in incompatible relationships? I know there are a lot of other factors at play. There's people that don't know. There's people that don't know why they feel like they're cursed, and they have blockages. Blockages I do believe in. As far as feeling like you're cursed, it's like sometimes we curse ourselves. Preach. Message. Sometimes we curse ourselves. We put ourselves in the same predicament as the same person. For example, if you're very attracted to someone and they have a beautiful voice, sexy, everything, they come to you, they call you, they're like, hey, let's get together. You know what they're about. And you have a conversation, a little heart to heart with them. And you say, hey, it's been years. We're reconnecting. Nice to hear from you. I have the same number. Let's say to connect with you on Instagram, whatever. And then you say to them, hey, you wanna where are you in life right now? You want to be in a relationship? You are just dating? What's your mind space? And they're like, no, I just want to date. And they're like 30, 40, 50. 60 and they still don't want to settle down. You know, there's your answer. Because you got to go to the meat and potatoes. You got to ask them exactly what they want. And when they say that to you and you're like, damn, but he wears this cologne. You know what I mean? Nah, I mean, you know, he smells good. He's tall, he's short, whatever you like, whatever you're into. It shall be anything. You know, and you're like, I love me some such and such. And you go back to them, and then in the morning, that's a soul tie again. After breaking the soul tie, you retied it, and you wash, rinse, repeat. And then they don't call you for a week or months, and then you're like, yo, why did I do this to myself? After a while, you learn. And after a while, you say, when people try to connect with you, you say, nah, buddy, I ain't about that. Because you know, we don't want the same things. And when you are so confident and you speak like that, people be like, dang, girl, you all liberated and spiritual. And I've been told that a lot, you know. People, you know, and because I've cleansed my aura, a lot of people, you know, we attract a lot of people. There's a bunch of people. There's people get mad. There's people like, yo, why don't you want me? You know, there's people trying to contact me and they can't. I don't make myself available for people in my past, you know. And so you stand in your power. That's what that's called. And you learn your lessons. So that's the thing, Southwest. Some people don't learn their lesson. Josh said it holds the ability to make this complex world make complete sense. If you saw how I started the Luther video, that's it. that that video clip, I've been watching it for a decade. It's an affirmation for me. What he said. And when you guys get a chance, if you haven't seen my Luther video, check that out, because it's spiritual references and it explains a lot. It explains a lot, and it goes serendipitously with this information that we're saying. Thank you, Angel, for saying preach, Foxy. The first thing he says, I opened the video by him in a video saying, when are we going to learn that we are put in this earth to love? It's that simple. All this war, all this nonsense, all this disagreement, it could all be solved with us being loving to each other and respectful to each other. But people don't do it. You understand? So things are simple. With a soulmate relationship, and a divine feminine is simple. You want me, I want you. Let's build. Let's freaking build. They compromise. They are caring. They're kind-hearted. Number one thing, they're kind-hearted. So they don't want to see you hurt, because they know what the hell it feels like, and they're sick and seriously tired of being hurt. Um, some people lack empathy and are only self-serving. Some get satisfaction at breaking other people's hearts. So it's your job in the spiritual journey to use your discernment and psychic intelligence, and to be able to use your gift of discernment, which means reading energies, and you know, having to know and say, you can see by the person, the way they move and the stuff they say. And if you're not sure, just ask them a question and see how they answer it. If you say to somebody, do you believe in platonic relationships? Do you believe in marriage? Do you believe in this and that? And look at how they answer. Look at their body language. Look if they get nervous. After a while, when you're on the spiritual journey, it's going to be this easy for you to read people. Trust me. So some people are not tapped into the intuition, and a divine feminine is driven, and a divine masculine is just driven by their intuition. um Thank you, Southwest. Wait, Weepy Star said, been friends with those people that swim in toxic waters, and when you try to help, they just go back and refuse it. Now here's the thing about that, and I'm so glad you said that. I am no longer, and I haven't been for a long time, friends with people that are toxic. What happens? You're also kind of in the energy. You're taking the air. You're not swimming in the waters, but you're kind of in the waters with them. So they offload. Offloading is very dangerous. What happens is you have your own problems. Then they come to you with their problems. They come to you with their problems, telling you, oh, this and that happened to me. And they just fill your cup with nonsense. You don't even have time to work out your issues. You got a cup full of your issues, their issues, all this toxic thoughts in your mind, and you go with that yucky feeling to sleep, or you don't feel good. That's a energetic vampire. That's what we call energetic vampire. set boundaries, because if not, then you wonder why you keep talking. And when you are elevated to a higher level, you talk less with people. Your presence is like a present, and your presence is, it's like it costs money to hear you talk. Your words are valuable. And that's why when you see people on a spiritual journey, they're like quiet. You know, they don't say much. They let actions and karma just happen, because they know they can manifest through the power of their mind an outcome that is positive. So be wary and be careful with being friends with people that are toxic, because you inherit all their outcomes. Um, you talking right, Foxy. Thank you, Angel. Southwest says some people see light and potential in others, so they are attracted to that person only to attempt to dim that person's light. Jealousy. Or some people, yeah, jealousy. Some people see that you're on the up and up, and they're like, oh, hell no. I'm not going to let you be on the up and up. Stay with us in this toxic, low vibration. So jealousy. Some people, look, friends are be very careful. I feel like when you're on a high vibration, you don't have that many friends. You have a spiritual tribe and you have some friends, because I could count on one hand or less than one hand the people that I actually call my friends. And I don't have to be with them all the time. I don't gotta be turning up, you know, it's understood. People that I resonate with are hard workers. They're about their business. They're elevating. They're all about evolving. They're doing better things. They're always doing something new. It's like, you know, people that I'm friends with, it's like, oh, starting a charity. These are real life friends. Buying, you know, buying property, buying a business complex, you know, buying an apartment complex. These are the people that that I know. Okay, that they're doing stuff, so they're always busy. And when we get together to have a little meal, have something, it's like the time is valuable, and it's like we talk about good things. We can make jokes and be fools, but we also talk about something, you know, not like what they talk about nothing. Yeah, Weepy Star said thank you. Love me some short and tall people. Yup. Josh said our systematic lifestyles can lead us to revolving doors. Yes. And after a while you get tired when you have enough, and it takes some people drastic endings or something drastic to happen. Unfortunately, what puts people in a spiritual path is usually trauma, something traumatic, a death in the family, or a death, a betrayal, an ending, something horrible, uh, a liar, you know, something horrendous and traumatic. You know, and that's why they have post-traumatic stress, and they're looking for answers, and they ask why does this happen, and then, you know, they get put on a spiritual path because they're looking for answers, and they're searching, and they're lost, and they have no other options. um, all right. Okay. Thank you. Josh said facts. Weepy Star said, that's why I always try to approach people with love and kindness, even if they treat me bad. I'm not what they make me out to be. Now, here's the thing. Again, Weepy Star, thank you for that comment. You also, people need to know that you need to set boundaries. You do not need to pour into people that don't pour into you back. Because guess what? Being too nice. You want to know what lesson I learned? And being too nice is toxic. That's an unpopular fact. And I'm not gonna say it's just my opinion. You can put it to the test. Being too nice to the wrong people is toxic, because that means that you have to know your worth and know your pouring of the cup. And that's why my picture, well, it's also because I'm an Aquarius, but on my banner in my it's a me pouring, but it's also when your cup is full, you can pour into others. But I can, you know, replenish because I'm around water. If you see my banner, so it's like I can replenish, and it's like an equal. It's a forever infinity of equal give and take, symbolic. So like I said, being nice to the same people that treat you bad over and over, after a while, turn the other cheek. Is also recommended to set boundaries, to stay away from those people, because you inherit their karma, you inherit their outcome. They're not doing anything, and you leave energetically feeling disgusting or like not happy. Notice that when you hang around people that are your soul tribe, right? We're learning, we're growing, we're getting clarity. You get something out of it. So people that you just keep pouring into, you're empty. You don't get anything. Um, the world. Um, we, as Josh said, if the world's unnecessary resents you, you are doing something right. And people that don't like it, and I have a shorts called "Why Your Chosen Ones, Why Your Families hate you, or some of your family members, not all your family members, but I'm going to do another shorts called Why People Hate Chosen Ones, or people that have been chosen to, that, you know, chosen ones are people that have a drive to do better in life and to raise the vibration of other people, to help other people, right? And we have a lot, we, everybody I think in this chat is a chosen one. um so why people hate you? Because they can see your aura. They, and I have a video, I have a shorts about are you a chosen one. They are jealous that they have not elevated, that they don't have the clarity that you do, that you have made a stand to set boundaries to keep them apart, that you have chosen distance over disrespect, as I've always said. And they can't do it. They're not brave or strong enough, and you are strong enough, Weepy Star, and everybody in this chat. um yes, in this world necessary. You, yeah, and you're doing, and you, and yes, and the reason why chosen ones are hated is because, think about it, that's why that battle and that thing, and you may, you know, some people disagree, happen because what is Kendrick doing? For example, he's trying to bring awareness, talk about love, trying to give kids free stuff in for Christmas in Compton, trying to teach people, you know, it's tricky out there, only have one woman, right? Meanwhile our other person is talking about, hey, yeah, I'm this, I'm that, how you want to, my dad is a pimp and all this and that. They're not talking about anything. So people like us want to talk about something positive, want to learn, and want to help. And there's, it comes with a lot of jealousy and a lot of hate because they're not doing that, and they realize that you're at a higher vibration. They know that your aura, when you walk in a room, you have that warm aura that people are attracted to. Babies stare at you. That's a star seed too. Animals are drawn to you. Yeah, I have a shorts about are you a star seed, so y'all can check that out if you haven't already, so that you know why do these things happen. Why do babies wherever I go, like babies are like, hi, like we recognize you from heaven. Like it's crazy, it's crazy. Animals are drawn to me. I sat in the park, you know, with people and stuff, and it's like all the animals just start gathering. What's that movie? Hello Tammy, how you doing? That movie, Evan Almighty, how the animals were drawn. I kid you not. I real life had a bunch of animals wherever I go. They just like, I sit in the park with my friends chilling, we eating lunch and stuff. All the animals just start coming, and they're like, I have a picture. I took pictures and videos. Cause it's like nobody can explain it, and every time I go everywhere, it's like, you know, and babies, they're always like, you know, and that's star seed, and chosen one. It's an aura. They just came from heaven, so they can see who is a good spirit, who is not. Animals, especially dogs, you know. So if that happens to you, check out my shorts. Are you a star seed? Call Are You a Star Seed or a chosen one? And that will help you understand why people don't like you. You're doing something great. You're gonna do even more great things in the future. Let's read some of these. Thank you everybody for being here. Let's see. No, did not know that. Learned something new, Foxy. Which one? What did you not know? I enjoy you don't miss. Thank you so much for saying that. I love hearing that comment. Um, we don't know things. Okay, Southwest says sometimes we don't know things impact us until we go on a spiritual journey for one thing and realize we have childhood wounds that help shape us into the person that we learn to accept toxic behaviors. Yes. And my shorts call, I put out content, intentional things that I think are supposed to be important. Why do some family people or your parents, if you have a toxic mother, boy, that says it all. Toxic father, whatever. It usually starts at home. Why do people, try to shut you down as a kid? Will not allow you to have emotions, while telling you, dictating you how to react to certain things. Did not pour into you, did not praise you. If you weren't raised with being put so much love into you, then you feel like you got to find it. And we said this in the last live. You feel like you got to find it in others. And you tend to help people. If somebody didn't help you as a child or loved you or put so much love and care into you, you tend to be the most helpful person. You get jobs like nurses, you get jobs like teachers, you get jobs like that, just hoping and praying that you keep making a difference and you keep helping people so that in return you can get that love back. Now, there are positive people that are standing in their power that have these type of jobs like teachers, counselors, nurses, etc. That they know how to help people and they know that they're getting something in return and they standing in their power and they know their worth. But like I said, I never fails. There's people that are in search in life to fulfill all the childhood wounds that a parent. That's why that shorts, why parents hate chosen ones is so important, because they allowed other adults to commit crimes against kids or to be mean to kids, and they let this ride and they never believed the kid, like, oh, well, it's just your imagination, and you were forced to hold and ponder through all those emotions that were not worked out. It's a miracle that you're even nice to people. It's a miracle. God bless you. God bless y'all. So let's see. Sometimes we don't. Okay, impact. Okay, and Jules said, that's why I'm in the house also. When I'm out lately, I'm ducking and dodging people. As you become an empath, you see how toxic most people are. Being outside 5 seconds, it's like I get in my car. It's like, God bless you too, Tammy. Get in my car. It's like, dang, somebody acting toxic and terrible. You see how many toxic demons there are out there. And you see people, when you have clarity and you work with your intuition, and you could use selenite. This is, like I said, I talk about this a lot. Sunlight helps you with clarity. You can put the crystal on your third eye. You can hold it. You can put it on your pillow at night. Or you could just meditate in the sunlight, in the moon, in the daylight. When you have a connection with the divine, you get clarity. And then you go outside and you think it's a regular day. You see people for who they are. You look at your cousin. You like, man, you a goddamn liar. You are this. You are that. You look at your uncle, like, man, you a sleazy son of, man, you ain't about nothing. You start seeing people different, because when you have psychic intelligence, everybody's naked. That's another shorts. It's called naked or something like that. I say, you see people with psychic eyes, you can't unsee them. That's why people have friends for 10 years. Those type of, you think they're your soulmate friends, and then all this while you realize that they are jealous or they're no good for you. And Jules said, okay, Tammy said, thank you. Love, my girl. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Listen to me. Tammy's so sweet. Thank you so much. I was talking about being nice when people are always mean to you all the time. Yeah, and then that's a vicious cycle, because then sometimes you might find yourself being mean to or lashing out on people yourself that may be vulnerable or just won't yell back at you. It's a sickening thing that, but luckily people that are on the right life path and are on the spiritual journey, they're gonna stop that. They're gonna stop that nonsense. They're gonna break that cycle, etc. Josh said, Ricky, so you're very welcome. I completely understand where you're coming from. All the struggles of the past bring much future abundance to those currently treated unjust. Yes, and things are shifting. See, you're learning, you're having clarity, and these are the people that are supposed to be there. If I have to, being alive and it's one person, two people, it is what it is, because that person's going to change their life. I made a difference and we're making a difference, because all your comments are making a difference, are helping people out. And be sure to also, if you guys want to leave a comment, because I don't know if they could see. Yeah, I have it so they could see the chat. The chat's gonna replay hopefully. Um, yeah, because Tammy said yeah, because we know what it's like. You don't miss Foxy. Okay, thank you, Angel. Yes, and some people, like I said, they get those type of jobs to fulfill a void, to fulfill a need, or they be in relationships with fixer uppers, with people they're fixer uppers. They always trying to fix somebody, um, because they don't fix themselves. Preach message. They don't fix themselves, so they're busy fighting someone. Okay, Southwest said road rage, Walmart, shopping fighters, fast food arguments. It's ghetto out there in these streets. These streets are ratchet. See, this is why I love talking to y'all, because it's like, you know, this is a soul community, a soul tribe that we understand it. I literally be clocking it at 3 seconds of me being outside somewhere, 5 seconds, and I'm telling you, somebody's trying to press your buttons. It's like, must you tailgate me to hell? Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? And 1,000 people get on my nerves. Matt Hudson, how you doing? Welcome. Are you a subscriber? I don't think we've crossed paths before, but thanks for being here. Um, uh, yeah, kind words. Yes. Supportive community. Yes, they'll greet you. So, okay, so let's talk briefly. I'm gonna tell you what is a divine feminine and a divine masculine. Do you guys know what a divine feminine and divine masculine is? Um, some people might know what it is. All right, so I'm going to give you 3 characteristics of a divine feminine in her full feminine form, okay? I talk about this in the Luther video that I just put out in Kendrick Lamar, if you want clarity. I don't know. Okay, cool. It's all right. Okay. Ready to learn. Okay, so let's start with the divine feminine, ladies first. Okay, so divine feminine, number one characteristics is nurturing. Nurturing, and listen, by all means, I don't have all the answers, and this is a discussion, but I do know stuff. You know, I know a little some. But you guys are free to look and search for you know, research and other answers and things, and you know, you're welcome to uh, take the information or to research yourself. So number one, the divine feminine is nurturing, is caring. It represents the empress, higher than the queens, higher than the pages, higher than everybody in tarot. But it's an empress. An empress does not chase, but she is nurturing and caring, first of all, to herself. Caring, gentle. It's like nothing touches this body but essential oils. Self-care, right? So, but she is also nurturing and caring to others. Not to everybody, but to people that deserve it. We have to make that distinction. She sets boundaries. She doesn't keep toxic people around. She sets boundaries. So she's nurturing and caring to the people that have shown that are deserving and resonate with her mind, body, and spirit. The second trait of divine feminine is she's emotionally connected, and an empath. Divine feminines can read the room. Psychic as hell can read your ass. Like I'm just quoting, you know, the song. They are an empath. They're emotionally connected, emotionally aligned, emotionally mature. They know when to react, when not to react, when to, you know, you walk in a room and people like, let me tell you this gossip about such and such. Not interested. She's like, well, I just came here for a couple minutes. I actually gotta go. I'll be right back. Knows how to disengage from nonsense. Only connects emotionally with people that are worth it, and with her divine masculine, of course. Yin and yang energy. Emotionally can connect and can draw someone in, and that's why she attracts. The Empress does not chase. In tarot, she's on a throne. In every tarot deck, she should be on a throne. She's on a throne. She's abundant. She knows how to create abundance. She has poured so many hours into herself that she knows what her gifts are. her life path. She knows how to bring abundance, or is working hard at bringing abundance to herself. Now, when you do hard work for yourself, it matters. It's fine, because you're putting all that work into creating an empire. That's why she's an empress, because she's trying to create something that's sustainable, that lasts the test of time. Okay, someone who is in alignment with the Holy Creator, yeah, and totally aligned, emotionally connected, and nurturing, uh, the and yes, in alignment with the Spirit, alignment with God, alignment with her intuition, emotionally connected, and has discernment. Has discernment. The next, the final little thing that characteristic of a divine feminine, she inspires, and she inspires transformation, growth, and evolves, ever evolving. A person that is stagnant, that it's like, oh, they're gossiping, they're still gossiping 10 years later. Oh, they're, in toxic relationships, broke up with this one, they're telling you the same story. Yeah, he cheated on me, I cheated on him back. There's no growth. That's not divine feminine. That's a toxic feminine. A divine feminine inspires growth and transformation with herself, always evolving, always learning. Looks the part, looks like wealth, and like they say, wealth. Money can scream, but wealth whispers. She is changing. Rebirth, and represents a mother, mother energy, as the Empress, a mother energy, literally, if she is pregnant, like that, nurturing. But transformation is inevitable. To not stay stagnant is important, and she does that with the divine masculine also. With the divine masculine, when they get together, she will inspire him, and he will inspire her. If she's like, hey, I'm thinking about doing a poetry, joining a poetry club and doing, he will inspire her. He'll be like, yeah, well, what type of poetry are you trying to get into? And you see how he's engaged, he's interested. He's like, and he sees that, hey, she ain't trying to mug somebody, she ain't trying to be twerking every 5 seconds. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I guess. But it's like she's trying to do something positive, so he pours into her. They transform. So that's evolving, because then she's now doing something positive. It's like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna learn cooking, we're gonna learn this and that. So they inspire each other to grow and to keep moving and doing something new. Okay, so those are traits of a divine feminine. Now we're going to talk about a divine masculine. uh Andrew put is that an ear? That's what's up. A weepy star. I'm scared to set boundaries because people turn feral and look at me like I'm committing a crime. So up until now, I've been acting as a mediator for anything. You'll find your way, Weepy Star, and it's good to help others, because I helped a lot of toxic people, a lot of people that were bad, but after a while, you know when to pour your emotions and when not to draw back. And there are a lot of blessings for all the times that you help people. Those blessings will come back to you, but at the same time, um, when you keep surrounding yourself by negative people, and just know, Weepy Star, that you are divinely protected. You have to believe that, and you have to protect your space. You have to care enough about yourself to protect your space. Do not be scared. Trust that you are protected. Pray for protection. Manifest. And like I said, and there's a way to, if you want to see transformation, is as follows. Number one is awareness. There's steps to transformation. You're aware that there's a problem and that you need to change. The second is, what is your intention? Do you have it in your heart to change? Awareness and intention kind of go together. Then the second one is decision. You decide enough is enough, or you decide to set boundaries. If you don't decide to set boundaries, you stay where you're at. You do what you do and you learn a lesson, or you may not. So it's up to you. The third step of transformation is discipline. Did you continue to set boundaries every day, all the time, and keep doing it and keep going on your path. It's like put your head down, work, and mind your business, and keep the path, right? So transformation again has to be an awareness and intention. Like you know that there's a change that you need to have. If you don't feel like you need to change, you won't change. So you have to have an awareness, in my humble opinion, and an intention to change. A decision then has to follow. You have to say, this is what I think I need to do. Nobody can tell you what to do. I'm here, we're talking, we're saying things, everybody's saying their opinion, but it's up to you. And then the third thing is discipline. Did you do what you're supposed to do? Are you taking the steps to making this change? Then the universe steps in, blessings, protection, this and that, because you're caring enough about yourself to not allow others to dictate how you move, and to put fear into your heart, and you take steps that you need to take. Some people, the steps they need to take is moving, literally moving, or disappearing, or going somewhere, or not telling people their address, not telling people, posting on Instagram, I'm at this club right now. You move with discernment, you move with intelligence, and some common sense, but if not, you learn the sense. Protecting your energy is, and removing negative people. Some people say they want to change, but they love it. They don't want to change. They like where they are, and that's fine. And some people are not ready to change. So we're at different levels. There's no judgment here, but it's up to you. Some people are ready to change. They're doing the change. Some people are indecisive, and some people don't think they need to change at all. So everybody has their journey. Southwest, I try to stay away from gossipers, period. Me too. At this day and age, I've already tried the helping of the toxic people. I had nothing to show for it, nothing. But all this energy vampire, they just drain my energy because they want some of my good energy, and then I had nothing. They don't give me the same thing that I give them. It's like I've been on the phone with people in my past, like an hour. It's like, yo, we just talked about you, but I called you because I had a problem today, and they don't listen. They don't listen. You don't have nothing to show for it. So after a while, you get tired. Shamanda Day, how you doing? I've been through the same thing. You got to have them boundaries for yourself. Thank you so much. Like, we're trying to tell you, but it's like I said, respectfully, it's what you're ready to do. What you're ready to do. But my promise to you is, after a while, because you have good intentions, Weepy Star. So after a while, and you're on this path of learning. So after a while, you're gonna get sick and tired of people taking advantage and just your life, you're doing nothing. And plus, you see all the stuff that comes out in reading saying, hey, abundance, you have a new partner. All that is at a standstill. There is a saying, as above, so below. I can draw 1,000 cards, and this is your destiny, that you are to meet abundance, that you are to meet a soulmate. But if you are going against the grain of the universe and are not walking in the path and alignment and have made a conscious decision to change, you'll never see it. And then you got me here pulling out the soulmate card 1,000 times, and you will not, meet that vibration because you're just being around people that are negative or whatever, and you haven't made that conscious decision. Now remember, there's divine timing for all of these soul connections. We're going to talk about the divine masculine traits. Tammy said, if these people turn feral on you, then that means that they can't even control themselves, so how can they control you? Amen. Amen. And not just that, that should tell you who you're dealing with. A person that cares, you think we're gonna turn that way on you? You think that anybody in this chat is gonna go crazy on you like that? None of us. So that means that something has to change. But you could tell people they have to change, so they're blue in the face. Until you don't realize, or you have to decide what you want. But that, Tammy, you're 1,000% correct. If these people turn that way, Are they your real friends? Are those people that you want to keep around? Are they helpful? They sound dangerous to me. And I don't want to be around danger. I don't want to be around people that I know are going to be volatile. And there is finesse and a smart way to break and to block people like that, carefully. You understand? You do away with that energy and set the boundaries and cut them off carefully. You can't cut somebody off so much if you're always telling them where you're at, where they can find you, etc. No. Southwest said, I try to help people that claim they wanted to make a change, and then when they get upset, their true feelings come out. They didn't really want you to change, and I realized I wasted my time. People helping you, people helping everybody that's reading this, and that's a fact, okay? So when someone is a good person, a good soulmate, you have a good soulmate connection or a kindred spirit, right? When you get angry, watch how they move when you get angry. You may have a disharmony or anger, but they're not going to hit below the belt. They're not going to hurt you to the point where they disrespected your whole existence. And they don't hit like below the belt. They're not that mean and despicable. It's okay to have a disharmony and have a disagreement and like you're mad at each other, but it's the way people act. When you're mad at each other, you're still respectful. For example, if you were mad at someone, Weepy Star, I'm willing to bet you're not gonna be so terribly disgusting mean to them. You're gonna know when to, you might get upset and not want to talk right away or need some time to cool off, but you're not gonna be toxic about it. So the way people act with you when they're angry and the way you know they're gonna act should tell you who you're dealing with. So you have to ask yourself, is this what I want for myself? Southwest said, I know all my abundance is at a standstill right now. I'm making the decision to get my act right and let go of the people not meant to be into the next stage of my life. Congratulations, Southwest. The best thing is awareness. You are in stage one, or awareness. You know that there needs to be a change. So listen, I congratulate you because a lot of people do not know that they need to have a change. You understand? So the fact that you are holding yourself accountable says you know what you must do. And thank you for saying that, Southwest, because like I said, a lot of people are like, oh, okay, remember, this is all entertainment purposes. But truth be told, if I'm doing a reading and all this abundance, because watch this, I do readings for people and I'm pulling cards and doing things and reading energies, right? I'm connected to spirit and spirit is giving me a message and I'm reading an energy, and these people meet the abundance. I know people, and you've seen them in the chat. I think it's 5 star. I'm not sure, but she was like, "Hey, you were right. I started a YouTube channel and I went viral, or I started a TikTok. I don't know what she said, but she said it. And a couple people have come back, and they said it. A lot of people actually have come back, or they've seen some miracles. The reason a lot of people want readings from me, specifically, not just because they're free, because something is free and it's disgusting, you're not going to have it. You get me? Because things have transformed in their life, but when we're ready. And there's no judgment, because some of us were stuck for a while, making a decision to change. So a lot of people are at different stages in their spiritual journey. um Shamanda's, it's hard because I've been behaving like that all my life, but I'm trying to work on it by setting boundaries bit by bit, little by little. You make different change every day. Try to be better than the day before and the day off the topic. So glad our paths crossed, Foxy. Have learned so much, and you drop some gems. I don't take it lightly. Yes, thank you so much. This is not casual. And also, I don't really pay attention to like, oh, how many views, because some of my videos like 1,000 views, 2,000, 7,000. One of my biggest views, and then it's like this, but it's like whoever I'm making a difference for, I put this is sincere, and I'm being transparent when I say that I have been stuck. I have given the stage and the microphone to people that have used it to betray me, to lie, to say whatever. And then when you cut the TV off, when you cut the mic off and you set boundaries, you reflect and you like, wait, this whole time they were using me. This whole time, their intentions was never to marry me, was never to be in a committed relationship. They were this or polyamorous, or they were that, or they have a kid, or they're married this whole time, right? So when you've learned those lessons, you have enough. And when you have enough, you're like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. And you are a soldier for change. You are a soldier for change. Your mission is like, what's your mission, soldier? You are a soldier for change, and we're in a platoon of people. This is your platoon buddies of people that are like, they had enough. Ain't no way. Ain't no way we're going back. And thank you so much, so much, Angela, for saying that, because this is a sample of what we do. They could tell you, this is what we do in our members live. We have these type of discussions and knowledge, and it brings a lot of clarity. These are like life lessons. These are lessons that are digital, and these are like master classes that people kind of tend to pay for. And so that's why I have most of these in the members live, but I'm sometimes inspired to bring it to the masses. But yeah, so this is an important topic. That's a hard pill to swallow sometimes, when you realize some people were never real with you, make you want to throw hands. Real quick, squabble up. Squabble up. Let me tell you something. And this is why I do certain videos and like collaborations. That collaboration of the duality that I did with We Are Decipher was phenomenal to me, because we have dualities, meaning like we're good people, but we've done some things that are bad, or we've let people just run amok on us, just run amok. Run a freaking muck, right? And it's like this whole time. And this is why I say one of the hardest things is you forgiving yourself, because it's like, I let you literally lie to me, take my money, let me cook for you and all this, and you had no intentions on doing anything, right? So it's like you get angry and you like, everybody that I need a slap, please form a line right here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is slap line. Yeah, no, I'm throwing hands today. Yeah, enjoy. Love always. Like and subscribe. Because you just want to just throw hands. Because after a while, you're like, ain't no way. No way. But then after the anger subsides or whatever, and some people, they don't ever stop being angry. They're like, nah, I pretty much hate you for life. We got beef forever, because it's like the violations are just, the more stories I've heard, it keeps getting worse and worse. And I'm like, wait, so he left you on your on your wedding day. He said he's already married. You know what I mean? It's like, when is it gonna end? You know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't trust everybody. I'm driven by my intuition, and I don't play those games, because every time I didn't listen to my intuition, ooh, boy, did I pay for it. I paid for it with interest and extra hidden, fees. It's like, when you Ticketmaster fees, Ticketmaster Easy Pass fees. If you know, you know. Ticketmaster is like you pay for it with. It's like, this is it's Tuesday, it's Wednesday fee. This is a just because fee. This is a setup fee. This is a whatever fee. So it's like I pay for it with interest and fees. Every time the lessons are out of control, out of control. Um, this okay, so let's see. The divine masculine. The divine masculine, um, he is a protector and a provider. That's one of the main things. And by the way, in order for you to be complete in your life, the yin and yang, you should exhibit and have the traits of both. Okay, the traits of both to be a well-rounded person. Yeah, pay for it too. Yeah, Angel, thank you for keeping it real. So the divine masculine number one trait is provider, and protector. A divine masculine energy, and this could be, it could be same sex, but the role of the divine masculine. They won't let somebody. You ever seen a guy that he's going out with someone and they led, and they're making fun of his girl, and he's like, man, babe, that was funny, and he's laughing along. You probably seen it in movies, and the girl feels so bad, and she's hurt, and she's like, man, nobody got my back. Are you kidding me? And that's a fight on the way home. That's a fight. That's a fight. That's a breakup. For some, if you're smart, that's a breakup. And it's like they just been minimizing. Yeah, but it was funny. They didn't mean no harm. You know, my friends, they just knuckleheads. No, don't minimize a goddamn thing. That is unacceptable. Unacceptable. None of that is funny. I stop friendships instantly because I seen somebody doing that or something. I'm like, ain't no way you ever gonna, you know, because sometimes I've been in social settings where it's like I'm going to a lunch or a gala or something, and there's people sitting on my table, whatever, and they're like, man, I'll get the heck out of there. You know what I mean? Like I can't witness no nonsense, and I can't have people that I know, my friends, just going through that stuff, because I'll give them advice, and if they, you know, they continue, that's repulsive to me. I love a man that protects at all costs. What I love is someone that says, hey, yo, that ain't funny. What are you talking about? This is my woman. You're not speaking to her that way. And not that you need a man to protect you, because you could also speak as a divine feminine. You could set boundaries and speak and tell people to go to respectfully to hell. But a person, your partner, should defend you. It's like, your enemies are my enemies. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't like somebody, we don't like somebody. You know, you don't like somebody, we don't like somebody. You can't. It's like I've seen couples like, well, your wife hates him, but that's, you know, but you're like best friend. There's a dichotomy there. There's a, you know, it can't happen. Definitely not an alpha mentality. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you so much. That's not an alpha male. And you know, and truthfully speaking, and this way, you know, I guess private in the members chat, an alpha male, you know, a divine feminine, and sometimes there's guys that are alpha male, they're too aggressive, respectfully or something, too aggressive. They big mouth, no. And that's not a divine masculine, because a divine masculine, not a loud mouth, outrageous, no. They are driven. The second characteristics is they're driven by their intuition. They're not swayed by friends. No one can make their mind up no matter what. They know what they want, and everyone else doesn't exist except for his divine counterpart. You know, yes, they respect families, they're with family, they care about children, you know, etc. But what I'm saying is they have eyes for no one, and people will tempt them because their aura is fantastic. So women will throw themselves at them because they're like, damn, that's a grown ass man. Like, and their confidence, you know, of not falling for temptation or someone trying to cheat with them and mess up their relationship. They're not swayed by third parties. So some women get attracted to that. Some temptress and you know, Jezebels get turned on by the fact that, oh, you playing hard to get, you so, you know, woke, and so, you know, set in your minds of defending your woman. That's a turn on, and they think they could have a chance. So divine masculine, there's no chance. It's shut the heck down, down. So they're driven by their intuition. They cannot be persuaded. They don't even keep friends that are knuckleheads, because they're going to kill themselves. They're going to end up fighting. So they are a protector, a protector and provider, and they lead. And the third quality is that they're leader energy. They, not that they want to be the boss of the relationship. They lead alongside, not the girl behind, alongside the divine masculine. You see the yin and yang energy and the symbol, they both have the same shape to create a whole, cyclical circle completion. So that means it doesn't mean this one got better traits than the other. No, because they both have to have all the traits together. This is what the divine feminine brings in the divine masculine. So again, he's a leader, protector and provider, and he is driven by intuition. So they complete each other, because the divine feminine is going to, you know, he want to crash out and protect his family, you know, like in that Kendrick Joshua. If you know, you know, right? Because you and I are Kendrick fans. In the video, he got the blinky, right? He got the blinky, And it's like it's such a video about love, but yo, he let it loose too. He let it loose. He's shooting at something, and he got the room dark because he's like, oh hell no, you're not coming. No, he's outside of his house, shooting outside of the room, like protecting the family, protecting the divine feminine. Like ain't no way. I'd rather take a bullet for mine, you know. So that's what is attractive. That is what's wonderful. Joshua said an arrogant alpha can become a misogynist figure for sure. So that's a toxic male, and that's and there's people that come across as a they think a lot of people feel like if they use the word alpha male, like if they call themselves alpha male, they're toxic male. They're not an alpha. They're just loud and obnoxious and want to be. You sit there, girl, and you don't speak until spoken. That's not a divine masculine. Correction, excuse me, because the divine feminine is going to be like, I'll tell you what, I'm going to send you to the moon, and then you're going to be in the center of the earth trying to figure out what's in it. Is it Tootsie Rolls? Well, stay there for life. Like and subscribe, So she gonna not stand for that nonsense. It's a cold day in hell when that happens. So they stand in their power. They have power and they know their power. And plus, the divine masculine is composed, has composure, is quiet. Can attract with a look, can communicate with a look. It's like, coming home, it's like, you know what time it is, girl, just by the look, you know what we doing today. And it's not just sexual. The intimacy is non-verbal. It's almost like, no, you don't even need to touch. And that chemistry is so powerful. And they know, hey, you ain't leaving me, because we are, we're not leaving each other, because we know what this is. This is the highest of divinities, of connections. My personality too strong for a dude to tell me what to do. Now here's the thing. When you become, it's my belief, and I've seen it. And I've told you this, and I'm going to tell you again, Southwest, when you are standing in your power, your divine masculine embraces who you are. They accept you. And because he completes you, and he's fighting and doing all this for both and for you, and also you're fighting and standing in your power, you tap in, you calm down. They're both calm down. You know what I mean? So after a while, you are back to, not saying that you have to be feminine and have the femininity, because the femininity, the male, the divine masculine taps into the feminine emotions too. So they tap into that energy too. But when you're with the right person, man, you're not gonna be wondering wild out, because you're gonna be like, yes, baby, whatever you want, yes, honey, yep, you got, yep, because they're gonna be pouring into you too. They're gonna be taking care of you, and you will feel complete, and you don't feel like you got to be squabbling up all the time. That you're not on fight or flight, mode all the time. A true alpha man, alpha stands on business. The business is family. Disrespect my family, and you're done. It's like, disrespect me and mine. They protect it at all costs. And a lot of women have not met a divine masculine that's done that, and it's so sad. 444, yes. A lot of divine masculines have not met their divine counterpart that completes them. That it's like, oh, you went to war, baby, come down, let's do this, let's relax, let's sit in this sauna, let's do this. They balance each other, calm each other down. So that's the difference. People that are loud and wrong, that's not it. That's not those are the fake divine masculine. And there's a bunch of people, and even artists, that be like, yeah, I'm a divine feminine, and they put it in their song, and then you see how they be living their life in the tabloids, crashing out and embarrassing themselves. So when you have clarity, you realize, no, there's a lot of people that are not standing in their power, and they do not know what the heck they're talking about. They just like the way things sound. Like, people love to label. To wrap this up, people love to label, oh, he's my soulmate, 2 seconds. Just because the stuff was good last night, that's not a soulmate, girl. That's good, you know what? Or boy, oh God. That was just a good time, not a long time. So, you know, so just know how to identify again these soul connections. Yeah. And you still under, right, Andrew, it's like, yo, you still under the spell because, you know, your knees are still a little weak, so you don't know what you're talking about. Go sit somewhere. Weaken the knees, weaken the knees, baby, weaken the knees. So it's like, I'm weak in the knees. You to start preaching, you start talking out of nowhere. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're still in that, you know, the sexual, you know, tie. You're still in the sexual tie. Um, oh my sweet heavenly Father, what do you think I'm drinking, Southwest? Southwest is so much fun. Nas. Okay, and Jules said Nas. Okay, wait, Josh strays by. Wait, what does that mean, Josh? Wait. Oh, just strays by. I think I'm not sure what you mean by that. I don't know what you were referring to. I said so much stuff. I started saying some silly things. What are you drinking? Southwest, what do you think I'm drinking? Yeah, I wonder if I. Okay, Tammy says, I wonder if I might be too much in my masculinity because I'm attracted to bisexual men, but I don't find out until later. But I am soft and timid. Um, yeah, that can happen. Uh, that can happen because you may be tapped into your divine masculine traits. And again, like I said, a lot of people and a lot of women have had to tap into their like divine masculine traits, um, because they have to fight for themselves. Like single moms, they had to be the male and the women, the man and the woman, the father and the mother, and they had no choice. You know, they had no choice. So that pattern has been established where you feel like, and you come across as, you know, like that. And so it's okay, you know, sometimes we attract, you know, men that are like, oh, okay, girl, yeah, because they're looking for something else. They're looking for, um, uh, uh, they're feminine. They're tap into their femininity. So they're like, you want to be the man? Ah, that's cool, girl. You know, whatever. Zesty situations. Yeah. Respectfully. Okay. Oh, duck strays. Oh, yes, ducking strays. Oh, I understand, Joshua. I'm so sorry. Oh, ducking strays like Drake. Yeah, no, Drake will always duck strays from me. Oh, I got an arsenal of strays. For Drizzy, the Drizzler. Yeah, I got an arsenal. Respectfully, see, this is how you lose subscribers. But whoever's rocking with me rocks with me. I have to live an authentic life, and ain't no way Lawbree is gonna get any type of love from me. Times infinity, never, times infinity, and one day, and that's when he'll be up for parole in my head. But because he so toxic, you know, even in the lyrics of his last song, he's like, my dad's a pimp. Do you want to meet him? Do you want to go to Tennessee to meet my old ass sleazy greasy little big mustache having disgusting freaking dad? You crazy out your goddamn mind? You know? And he's like, and what did he say in the song? He's a hoe. So look, he's like a toxic feminine energy. He's a toxic, he's not a divine nothing. He's a toxic female. Respectful, disrespectfully, sorry, I had to correct. And when Erica sees this part of the portion, she gonna freaking just flatline. Nah, I have to speak the truth. No, he will never. What is he talking about? You understand? I need to get arrested. I need to get arrested. I need a max arrest. That's what you need. I need a nothing, you know. I need to grow up. I can keep going, but see, I guess I have to open a reaction channel, and then y'all gonna see me off the hook. Then I could a reaction channel where I curse. It will probably hurt all my subscribers' feelings on this channel. They're like, oh God. But a lot of people like, why do you like Kendrick? He was so vicious in those songs. Look at Meet the Grams is a horror story. Meet the Grams is needed. It was a beautiful lullaby. It puts me to sleep. Because it's like you gotta put the mirror, and this is a soul tie. And by the way, Kendrick was supposed to meet and interact with Drake because he's showing him a mirror. And when he said it's a long life battle with yourself, Drizzly doesn't know that yet, but he will, because everything will fail. Everything will fail. His legacy, it don't matter how rich he is, he's not happy. And his legacy will be live on forever, the joke of the universe, the joke of the century. That's your legacy. You're the joke of the century. So what worth it was it? Your 300 millions. And then, they don't even know what they're saying, because some people say that, oh, you talking like you're trying to free the slaves. Why you guys are being so woke and stuff? You are a slave because you have not grown and you have not developed and you not have not evolved. Attracting men who go both ways. You have to you know what? There's some you have to probably center your chakras is what I would start with, and meditate, because I feel like some of the things that you're saying, like your energy, it might be, some of the energies might be fear, might be anxiety. Anxiety is disguised as, it acts up, it demonstrates itself, it like shows up as anger, aggression, because your heart and your spirit is trying to protect you on further abuse and further drama and trauma, and you just are coming up. So I definitely recommend meditating and centering your chakras. Reiki healing could be also essential, but if you want to do grounding outside, being barefoot and being in the sun, and things that will start calming you. Wearing crystals, a lot of people don't believe in that, but it's like the energy will start calming you down to where it's not that we're trying to make you a soft feminine female, because I embrace whoever you are, but it's just that, so that, because I feel like there is some fears and anxiety. It's not just like that you're coming up as just being negative. I think that's disguised as something else. um Southwest, you already cursed at me. I'm prepared to hear the cussing. Now let it rip. No, I was saying, like, if I had a reaction channel, then it's like, yeah, I can really let it rip, and it's like, ah, she crazy. She's cray. But I don't, like I said, I set boundaries with people that don't resonate with me, and they can never resonate with me. And point in case, like, if you, and this is for the single moms out there, people, if you've been a single mom for a while, or your whole life, I mean, most of your life, that you had the kids or whatever, and you had to do it alone for some part or whatever, you had to assume both roles. You had to assume the role of the male and the role of the female. And that made you kind of like a hardened criminal sometimes, where you just like, I don't want to hear it. You talk kind of harsh because you're, I don't see that as something negative. I just feel bad and be like, man, they had to, it's like the color purple. All my life I had to fight. All my life I had to fight, so I when I see people like that, my heart goes out to them, to me. And I don't see, and that's why a lot of people are attracted to me, because are drawn to me, excuse me, because I've been in places where I've worked in places where there's an aggressive or whatever female, and I'm like, man, I don't see what the aggression is. You make complete sense. There are a bunch of jerks here, and we should just blow up this building. And so they're like, oh my God, you my best friend for life, because you understand me. And I'm like, what is there to understand, Why? Because I'm center myself, and I have intuition and discernment, and you got to take it for what it is. What has this person been through? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who's been through, and thank you for your transparencies with B Star and everybody. What has this person been through? This poor person has had to fight.
you know, all this time, you know, and it's like, nah, I don't feel sorry. I'd be like, when I go to places, the people that nobody likes, it's like I usually be like, man, you cool as hell. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, not no toxic people, and definitely never will be Drake. But, you know, I understand people. I understand a lot of people, and I'm like, nah. If you really study this guy, or really study her, she's pure. She's, you know, she stands on business. I like it. Track all the strays. Thank you. Let me see. Josh said he's unknowingly embarrassing evil. His Nokia video with Snake Game in background is so poetic. Yeah, you know, to answer that, it's so funny because number one, he gets himself in trouble. He speaks like the jokes write themselves. Um, he goes on live streams and he gets this close to like the streamers and they're like, hey, whoa, hey, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, you being called zesty, you know, for a reason. Not that there's anything wrong, because I like people that are standing in, that are living their truth. And it's like, if you this way, this your preference, just live your truth. But he is, you know, it's like a masquerade. He's a freaking liar, you know, and a master manipulator. So, yeah, the snake in the background, he tells on himself. And Anita, you're gonna literally put Anita Maxwin is a child doll, and that's your tour picture. You say everything, and usually people that are evil, they tell us that they're evil. The signs are always there, we just ignore it. The signs are always there, they're always telling us who they are, and we just refuse to believe it. If you look at a relationship that you were in, somebody told you that they were a liar. They told you what they were going to do. They told you that they like to disappear. They started the patterns and you were like, oh no, but I'm so in love. Or that, you know, that 1 million cologne that he wears, or that spice bomb gets me every time. You know what I'm saying? Weaken the knees, weaken the knees. So it's your choice. The signs are there. People tell on themselves all the time. Southwest said, I attract those strays and I know my aura's pure. Yeah, when you cleanse your aura, dear Lord. And if you got my love spray, so help you God. Because if you're working and cleansing your aura and putting yourself in that space, because what that does, aromatherapy, it's like it changes your mind. Like it starts, you know, making you feel a different thing. So when you're working with these sprays, and the moon water is a very lot powerful energy with crystals. A lot of people don't believe in it, but then you like the people that start working with it, like, yo, I'm becoming smoother, because even though I know I could be a gangster savage, you know, at times, wherever I go, people are always saying, man, you so calm, you so like put together. Like, you know, I went to a YouTube content creators get together. I have another one, right? And it's like, yo, you smooth as ice, but twice as nice. Like, yo, you smooth. You come in, you know, a little Erica Badu, and you just in here, you are chilling, and you don't really say much. And that's why I call myself an introvert extrovert. You meet me in person, I will talk and I'll chill with you and I'll start being funny and whatever. But when you first see me, I don't really say much. You know, my aura speaks. My aura speaks for itself. So a lot of people will be attracted to that. People sitting right next to me or just say, hey, what's up? It's a beautiful day, isn't it? You know, and I'm like, you get the hell out my face. This is hilarious. Check this. So I attract everybody. So that's when you working on cleansing your aura. You gotta set boundaries, because it's like this one want to marry you, that one want to marry you, everybody want to this one. I've been told everything. You know, everything, um, everything. I've had all kinds of indecent proposals. And you know, not everything is, you know, you don't want to get into give everybody your attention, you know, because it's some toxic people. There's people that say funny things like, girl, you looking for a sugar daddy, you don't never have to work a day in your life, I got you. And at what cost? No way. Southwest is like, oh my god, you don't miss. Thank you. I don't know what I said, Andrew, but I hope it hits. um the devil is a liar. Southwest said, it's like I'm shopping at Bums R Us. Bums R Us is crazy. Bumps are us. It's because you realize most people are toxic. To remove them from energy, yo, return, yo, the return. They're gonna have to take it like Costco. You can return everything. It's like, look, I know this cake is half eaten, but return. Return is sender. Bumps are us is wild work, and that's what a lot of us have felt at one point or another. It's like, yo, I'm a bum magnet. That's a fact. It seems like that, right? And after a while, you just see them coming. You don't let them come nowhere near you because you're like, yo, baby, yo, no, that's not gonna work. Next, Grand Rising. Next, and I want to put the Grand Rising people, on blast, but it's funny to me. It's funny to me. Grand Rising. I noticed. Whippy Star said, I noticed that I used to only attract jocks that bully me, and now I attract clingy predators. Is there a reason? Yeah, Whippy Star, you gotta set boundaries. You gotta know, like, it's okay to attract them, but don't let them nowhere near you. You get me? So it's like attracting. It's like what I was just saying. The joke that I was just saying. People come at me when they see me, and a few people like, yo, I know you gotta, yo, I seen you on YouTube. I had a few of those, and then they tried. They'd be like, yo, this and that. I'm not exchanging numbers. You're not getting nothing by a yo. I'm like, all right, bye. Okay, thanks so much for the support. All right, okay, bye. You know what I'm saying? I don't let them know where, like, they got like 10 seconds of conversation or less. So as you're ascending, you don't give them the time. There's no exchanging phone numbers. Now, once you decide I'm gonna exchange numbers, you're ignoring your intuition. And after a while, you're gonna get so mad at yourself for ignoring your intuition because you're gonna be in the same wash, rinse, repeat. They're gonna be wanting something for you for the night. Then the next day they don't call you. Then when they do see you, they're bossing you around, talking to you nasty. They don't even act like they miss you. After a while, you're going to get tired. And when you get tired, that's when you know when they come with the yo baby, yo baby, yo, you just be like, ain't no yo baby nothing, go to hell. Respectfully, right? Or you just don't even you could see it. Like if you swiping left, you just swiping left. You're like, hell no. And if you're doing online dating, you could don't just be rushing. Here's my number. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You could talk to them for a little bit, and it's gonna come a time where you're quicker with your discernment. You're quicker with reading them and reading the room, and you know that you don't have to be giving somebody your number because you have a little conversation with them online. You're like, man, this dude ain't available, this girl ain't available after 7 o'clock. Why? Because they're probably with their wife. The end. Or just like the games people play. You have to, at one point or another, you have to decide, I'm sick of it and I'm gonna stop. So we can attract. So to answer your question, we attract. It's okay to attract. Like I said, I attract everybody. Like I've had so many indecent proposals, like, hey, my wife thinks you're pretty. You know what I'm saying? I've had those. You know what I'm saying? I had everything. Like, hey, we both like you. I'm like, man, get that thing, get away from me. So let's see. Tammy said, I love you, Foxy Blue. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Tammy. Thanks for being a support and being a subscriber. We love you. I still, Angela said, I still can't believe salt is a crystal, Foxy, which I learned from. Thank you. So, see, membership is worth it. Membership. That's why. And Joe was like, "Yo, I'm coming back." And Joe, I'm so proud of you, man. And I'm so thankful for you to support because you like, oh hell no, I think that's what you were thinking. Like I've learned so much, and yes, and I always say like I know a few things, but I'm not gonna say and claim that I know everything. But then people be like, wait a minute, we're going live. Hold on, because you always I learn something new. I'm like, man, people, and that's why when I'm doing shows and people are like, crystals are the devil. I said, so stop eating salt. Get away from me, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get out my face. And then they're like, what? Salt is a crystal? So, yo, you're a hypocrite. When you figure out your life, call me. And by the way, Southwest, you didn't answer my question. What do you think is in my drink? Yeah, no, it's just tea, by the way. Let's just You know, it's just tea. It's just tea, Professor. It's so ironic that you say that, Southwest. Cause yeah, I've taught the masses. I've taught. Yeah, it's ironic. You know, everybody has their gift, and it's like my thing. I think, you know, I've always been able to explain things, I guess, in a funny way that people get it, and with common sense and like jokes, and it's like, all right, I play myself. So it's like, okay, because I tell people common sense, and then they're like, if you think that crystals are evil, why are you using salt? You know. So now I respect you if you say, oh, I hate crystals, then hate it all the way. You better not put salt in anything. Good luck having that pizza. Good luck having your a whole lasagna with nothing. It tastes like sadness. It's like, what you have for dinner? I had sadness and hope. Hope for salt. I had sadness for breakfast. Have a nice day. So what? So what? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I did my research, so you don't have to. So, you know, that's an Aquarius thing. We be researching things to the T. So it's like, you know, when an Aquarius be like, well, you know, we're just having a little conversation. You know, it's my little play that I do. I'm my Southwest energy. Like, you know, I'm going to tell you, we're going to have a conversation. Well, you know, I'm doing stuff. It's like, all right, but we know stuff. We know a little bit more than we letting on, you know? Because I remember when we talked about the crystals, and people be like, man, that's why people that be buying my stuff, they're like, oh, why does it work? I thought it was, you know, people, you gotta use it and believe and see or whatever, and then you see, and then once you had a taste, you know, you never going back to whatever you were doing. Now you can't unsee it. So Tammy said, I have a really hard time reading people because I have a type of Asperger's. Oh, yeah, yeah. No, I feel you. Respect on that. You know, it comes with time, you know, and you get better every day. You get better. Again, grounding, being barefoot outside, you know, being in the elements of sun and moon, or just meditating, it helps bring you clarity. And also, Tammy, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something. I've been drawn to say something. Your diet is extremely important. It helps you center yourself, relax yourself, not be nervous. And it helps you overall, whatever challenges, or, you know, physical ailments or mental or just any type of conditions, changing your eating, eating healthier helps everything. It helps everything. And the first thing that it helps when you eat cleaner is you smooth your emotions. You're like chill, you know, you're more chill, you're more relaxed. You can worry still, but you don't have so much anxiety. You know, you know what to do. You take decisions. It's easier for you to make decisions. Like intaking, for example, ashwagandha. Ashwagandha will help you sleep at night. You know, because a lot of people are so worried about bills and stuff, they can't even sleep. Um, Understand a dream I had. Charles, how you doing? Um, so this tonight, are you a subscriber? Tonight we're talking about soul ties and karmic connections and soulmate energies. And we having conversations. Am I? Did I keep you guys so long? I don't even know. I think new guy. Welcome. So welcome. So today this live is about uh, you know, soul ties and karmic connections. If you like to book a reading with me, you can book a reading with me. Hit my email. My email's in the description box of this email. If you like to book a reading, but um, yeah, there are dream interpreters, and a lot of things do come to life in a reading. That has and will give you clarity on dreams too. But it's, you know, it's up to you. So yeah, you can book a reading. Tonight's live is about a conversation about soulmates and soul ties. Tammy said, I watch videos on how to understand people's signals. I guess that's what you call it. I pretty much just keep to myself. And you know what? When you're on the spiritual journey, you will be drawn to watch what you need to watch. And it's okay to go on rabbit holes, like watching, you know what videos help? Understanding body language. But again, I think it comes from within. When you have clarity, then you know you'll be easier to read people, and it is healthy mind, body, and spirit. Because people that are not eating so well, when you're not eating so well, you don't have the clarity. Your mind is boggled. It's like smoky, confused, and your body is like working overtime to you know, digest food and you know, produce and circulate blood and doing all this and that. Your body's working overtime and you feel exhausted and you don't have energy for anything else and you don't have clarity. And I don't know how to explain it, but it's true. Once, you know, I started eating healthier and people kept saying that for years. Like, you have so many downloads easier, and it's like downloads are like information on what to do, and like the clarity just comes. It's like, oh, the curtain is finally opened. um Josh said, wait, Angel said, I remember when up recommended ashwagandha to me. I took it the first time and I slept good. When I woke up, I said, "Boy, that was some good sleep." I said, I said the ashwagandha. Thanks, Foxy. Oh, you actually did it. Yeah, okay, Andrew. I didn't know you got it. Yeah, and it's a natural. It's not no weird chemical that has 1,000 things. It's a plant. It's a natural. You know, there's so many, and that's why I named my company Foxy Blue Secret Garden. You know, the number one thing that mothers be buying for kids with eczema, people with eczema, my shea butter, right? One night, the next morning, it's like, wait, they're not even scratching anymore because there's so many secrets. Black seed oil is in there. Boom, comfrey, whatever. So it's like there's so many secrets and things that you can heal yourself. Food is medicine. Food is medicine if you treat it right. And I didn't expect myself to change overnight. Trust me. It took a weird manifestation for me to be healthier, a little bit healthier. And I'm not perfect. I don't have like a perfect body or whatever, but I'm a lot healthier. If you guys would know what I eat, you'd be like, "Oh my god, oh hell no," you know. But I'm healthier. I'm a lot healthier. I sleep better. But yes, ashwagandha, it works. And you know, for people that like that euphoric feeling, there's kava. If you know, you know. And Whole Foods sells it on the shelf, so it's not an illegal suspect. You know, it's not a substance, an illegal substance. It's kava. It's make you feel like you're in the clouds, you're chilling. um Josh said, Foxy, is there a legit place to find my zodiac chart? I've been searching, but I seem to only find confusing apps that are uh, inauthentic. Yes. Yes. When we did, you're talking about your natal chart. Your natal chart, I have that in the members live, but yes, there online um, uh, there is a website that I trust. Yes, so I don't know how we're gonna communicate, but you can hit my email, I guess. Yeah, and you know, again, for the people, you know, if you become a member, for the people not, you know, making you, because some people don't want to, or they're not able to, and I understand, but you will be privy to all those videos that we've done in the past, about how to calculate everything. What's your life path number? You know, and then and the people, my members know, they're like, oh, I'm a life path 6. I'm supposed to be doing this type of job. Like, they know, they know. So it's like master classes. There's a bunch of master classes, but I do have a website that I trust. Are you talking about your natal chart? Look at Southwest, Southwest, come through. See, they know, my peoples know. My peoples know. They know what you're talking about. Oh, man, this thing could run itself. Y'all take care of this live. I'll be right back. I'm going to Starbucks. You know what I mean? Like, nah, yeah. You know, get him some more tea or something. You know, yeah, they got you. My people's they got it down packed. We are well trained. I get mine from astrology website. You have to know your birth chart and date. Um, yes. So if you wanna, yeah, there's a lot of places, but the most reader friendly one. I have one that is easy. And yes, you have to know your place of birth, your city, and the time of birth. If not, just put 12 p.m. Yeah, just put 12 p.m. lunchtime. All right, so let's see. Enjoy. Yes, I've been taking it. Fantastic. Yeah. And it's like it starts calming you. And then when everything is calm, you make decisions better, Anjul. You start getting clarity. And it also, you know what it does? It regulates your appetite, Anjul. It regulates your appetite so you don't have 50,000 cheeseburgers. Like, yeah, I need to wash it off with 12 cookies. So you start like just chilling, like I don't, not that hungry, whatever. So, and let me see, okay. And Jules said I put shea butter on me and my son, and skin look good. We'll be making purchases soon. Our skin is the bomb. I'm telling you, that is my number one mommy bestseller. They like there's on Instagram there's pictures um brand new babies with my shea butter. They're so cute. God bless them. And kids with eczema or people with eczema. One night it's like, and it's absorbent. It's not super greasy. It's like it has the medicines that I put on purpose. A lot of people now, a lot of women use it under eyes, and it's like, oh my God, it's because it has rose hip, and that's like cell regeneration. So it's like they use it as a night mask, and I use it as a night mask. That is all I use, and that's it. That's what I use because I made it so that, and I think it has like 10 ingredients. Everything I picked is glass skin. Your skin is great. No pimples, no this, no that, acne scar, all that stuff. But I also have my turmeric soap right now, which is something new. My turmeric soap is a complexion. I've been using it for years, and then I finally had the courage to be like, I think it's ready now to put it on the store. So I recently just put it on the store, and it doesn't have kojic acid because a lot of people, the hype is turmeric and kojic acid for complexion. No, the kojic acid does not heal your skin over time. It's just like an acid that like, lightens or whatever. And there aren't enough studies that I have seen that there's some harmful uses when you use over time, and there's not enough studies that say that it's completely safe. So I don't mess around with certain strong acids, but what I do have is powerhouses of herbal, things for complexions for men and women. That it's like when you use the turmeric, it's like it's bleeding orange. It's like pure organic turmeric or turmeric oil, distillants, turmeric. Organic turmeric that we put in a blender. We got turmeric powder in there. So it's like I'm overzealous when I make stuff. I'm like, I want this thing to be the best. So, and it has everything. Aloe oil, which is, we make our own. I make my own. It has shea butter. It just has everything. It just has a lot of stuff. Argan oil for skin that that's priceless. People be washing their hair with it, but for complexion and getting you right, and it has tea tree in it. For breakouts, etc. So, and black seed, which is some of the things that I also put in it's a whole healing thing, which I put in the shea butter. So it's like the shea butter kicked up for your face, and it lasts 3 weeks. It lasts 3 weeks if you're using it on your whole body, 2 or 3 weeks, and it could last 6 weeks if you're only using it on your face. You wet your face a little tiny bit, or wet the soap, and then you put it on and you scrub. What time is it? Lord have mercy. Um, but yeah, sorry, went off on a tangent. But I just, wanted to explain that because some people, they're looking at the products and they seen it and they're like, oh, sorry if this is an awkward question. I'm new to this, but thank you. No, that's not an awkward question. I love that, Joshua. I love that. Give us questions. This is conversation. First of all, Joshua, okay, you and I have something in common. We be in lives, together in other lives, and so we have that in common. So I thank you for being and carving out time to be here, because I know Curtis's live, so you probably back and forth, and a lot of the people that we love are live. So the fact that you're, spending time with us, I appreciate it. And shout out to the silent watchers, the people that be going in and out of this room, and it'd be like, oh, it's only 8 people, it's only 12 people, it's only 15 people, and then because people stay for a small amount of time, then they go whatever, but and then once we leave, it's like all these people are rewatching. There's people that like to rewatch, like, you know, and it's like 200-300 views. But spiritual channels don't always get a lot of views, and some do, because people, want the hype. And a music channel, reaction channel, of course, they got a lot of views. Um, what the heck is this? Well, who left the gate open? That's what I gotta say. Come on, computer. Oh my God, I'm gonna replace this MacBook Pro. You gotta be kidding me. But anyways, thank you so much, Angel, for saying that. Um. Okay, hide user finally. Let me make sure I hide the right person, because my computer's like, I have to get this. Yeah, because my computer is like, I keep pressing it and then it might be hiding. Let me make sure everybody's still here. Okay, Hollywood, this dude named Holly Weird came in here talking nonsense. Um, the shea butter sample is almost gone. Ooh, dangerous and close. So, Angel, and by the way, Angel, I have it has some essential oils in there that are aphrodisiacs, like neroli and sweet orange. So it's like an intriguing sense, right? That you're like, oh no, and that's a great little chapstick thing to just keep, the little samples to take with you. Southwest, get you some. Come in the member lives, come in the members. Get you some. But yeah, that little container, and Jewel, you know what I'm talking about, right? Because you could travel with it, and you could recycle it. When it is done, you could wash it and use for whatever, for more Foxy Blue products. So it's like, I have my whole family who didn't believe in a lot of, some of my family didn't believe. And then once I gave them my soaps and stuff, they don't ever buy no soaps from no supermarkets. Are you crazy? They be stacking out. They be like, okay, I need 10 peppermint. I need this and that. Because you can't go back. Because I made it so that you can't go back. So that you could be like, man, I'm going to throw this soap. Soap, I hate you. I hate you. You've been lying to me my whole life, I rewatch and save your videos. Thank you, Tammy. Wow, that's so amazing. That is so sweet. Joshua said, no, Curtis is doing this thing, but I think it's more important for me to be chilling with you. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Yes, this is self-work. This is nothing that's more important than learning about life and how to deal with and how to, and I am not the know-it-all of everything, but this is a community. I need y'all, because people have amazing impact and amazing input. So give me a hug. Give me a hug. That is so sweet. Oh no, he didn't. Southwest. See, Southwest. We chilling in here. I'm glad you came. You decided not to just watch from a distance. We chilling on a random Wednesday. Curse is doing his thing, and something, and members. Sorry, because this was only supposed to be a members live, but it's like I listen to my intuition, and sometimes I just felt this intuitive thing where I was like, you gotta open it up for everybody, because there's some people that are not members that need it. Um, but no, Jay. No. Oh my God. Yeah, give me a hug, my song, not his Drake hug. Oh my God, you be on it. Well, I look forward to seeing you, and it's so funny when I'm in another live and I want to comment like a regular, a subscriber or whatever, like a subscriber, I want to comment because it's like I'm subscribed to certain things, right? And I comment, and sometimes I gotta be a background watcher because when I comment, I'm like shy sometimes, and people be like, Foxy, Foxy, oh my God, what are you doing here? Why you being normal? And I'm like, I'm normal. I'm supporting this content creator. I'm watching content. Leave me alone. And they be like, "What are you doing? Don't you got something to do?" I'm like, so that's why I've been forced to be a background watcher. But thank you because I think we were in a live together and I said something or whatever, and you were just like, "Oh hi" or something. I don't know. You acted normal, or when you see my comments or whatever, you act normal. You don't be like, "Yo, what's happening?" I love the good love, like, "Oh hi, yeah, welcome, oh hey, how you doing?" Just regular. I know Koala walked blacked out, and people were like, "Who?" And a lot of people, I had a lot of subscribers, come, and just people just curious, and then there's people that just curious because he blacked out. This guy was like fighting his green screen when I came in the live. He was like, "Foxy." He said my name 16 times, and that's my life path. 1 + 6 = 7. That's my life app. Yeah, 7, divine number. He was like, Foxy, Foxy. And people was like, probably think we go together. We don't go together. He was just happy to see me. And he was like, man, I might put it as a short on my page because people be like, what are you talking about? And also because it's funny, and I be putting whatever I want. And sometimes when I put stuff on my page, people are like, What are you doing?" Like when I did like some shorts that were like tarot and music, and I was like, I want to do tarot music today. I'm an Aquarius. I think outside the box and inside my spaceship. So yeah, he said yeah to the. I'm about to use the soaps this week. Right. So, and Jewel, the soap, the Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebble is a yoni soap. Do you know what a yoni soap is? Do you guys know what a yoni soap is? Because when I put that on the description, some people don't know what a yoni soap is, but it'll be fun to find out. Let me see. And Jewel said, I'm glad you let everybody in tonight. Thank you. Yes, if the funds didn't hit, I would be hoping, wishing you to open the live for everybody. Look at that. I didn't even know like your membership expired and stuff. That's what I like about you, boo. Boo. Oh, give me a hug too. We're giving hugs. Um, yeah, open to the light. Yeah, you welcome. Yeah, and whoever's gonna hang with me is gonna hang with me. We always do this, like content creators. We always have to defend ourselves and say there's people that are gonna hate us no matter what. It's like, what you doing? Oh no, I don't like this. I'm unsubscribed. That's not a threat to me. Unsubscribe is not a threat to me because I have people that ride for me, and I'm about to be in a community in a city near you. I wanna be doing shows, doing something at the Jacob Javits Center. So it's like, I got people and places to be. And for every person that leaves and catches, some haters turn to fans, and some haters turn to there's people that complain, and then after a while they're like, man, but they can't stay away. So it's like, man, let's just subscribe, just chill. Okay, is it Southwest? My wild baby, Southwest, you my wild child. You are my wild child, and I love your authenticity and your craziness. And yo, she gets right to the meat and potatoes. Joshua said it was hilarious. You should. Yes, I'm gonna put the shorts tomorrow. Y'all want to see the short of what the heck happened? And Southwest, to answer your question, yes, girl, but it's not just for that. It's for private areas, but it's for everyone. The reason it's a yoni soap, it smells amazing. It smells so delicious. People be like trying to eat it, and when I do shows and I'm letting people have samples or just smell, they're like, "Can I taste it a little bit?" And then they taste it and it's sweet, and they're like, "No, no, I'm legit gonna eat this," because they're like that and my coconut soap. Lord have mercy. Coconut vanilla with real vanilla beans. We got vanilla beans, and we're like scraping vanilla beans and putting it in the soap. and people were like, "Oh hell no, I gotta eat this. This cannot be like not non-edible. I don't know what you're doing. This is a break." Somebody thought it was a breakfast bar. So, but it is the reason why it's a yoni soap is because I have herbs in there that I mask with good scents that are for cleansing, disinfecting gently, and on purpose, and also making sure that area's pH balanced and you good to go, so that you're nice and fresh, so fresh and so clean, and you feel good, be good, and you know, I have two yoni soap. One is red and white, looks like a watermelon, a square. It is fantastic. It smells like strawberry acai and vanilla, and but it doesn't just have strawberry. It has the medicine. I have an herbal combination of oils that are for antimicrobial, that are antimicrobial, antibacterial, and they are traditionally known for that, for cleansing under your arm, you know, and all your areas and stuff. So it's not, you know, the yoni is a disinfectant for all your parts. Now, why is it so great? Because it's creamy. The lather is creamy. It has oatmeal in it too. It's luxury, and that's why I called it luxurious fruity pep oats. Get it? So you can put it on your face. It's fantastic for your face. Has tea tree in there also, but tea tree is not the main oils. Our secret oils that are plants, that are distillates, that will help you to keep cleanse and pH balance, and it's phenomenal. But it's excellent for kids and for kids' skins and things, you know, for everything. People be doing it on their hair. Like I said, they use it as a shampoo. You can see my Etsy comments. You know, my Etsy comments, and always I have a 5-star seller, and you know, there's always one or two. I got one or two people in the past that try to hate and was like, they're trash, your products, because they were just hating two people. But I have a 5-star rating and 150 reviews at least, and 500 sales on there. But then I sell on my website. I get a boyfriend. Yeah, I got you, but I got you for feeling. You don't need that when you get a boyfriend. You could just feel fresh and so clean for yourself. The amber sands is crack. It's the amber sand is my number one seller, and I'm gonna end this. Oh, hi Sherry, how you doing? So the amber sands, is my number one seller when it comes to scents. It's the most intriguing scent. It's the most addictive scent. It's made out of honey. It's organic honey, grade A honey. It has an oud from Dubai. The scent that you're smelling is an uncut oud, which is an oil. It's like what Tom Ford and all those people keep using in their intriguing cologne. But I went to the source. I didn't put in no chemicals. And it is an oud from Dubai. Um, and an amber oud. I also have black seed, flaxseed in it, castor oil. So it is a soap. Because I don't know if you thought you were gonna eat it, but thank you for asking about that. The amber sand, the house spray that I have, I had to make a house spray out of that. I had to make a roll-on perfume out of that. I make it in a men's cologne spray because people are addicted. They cannot smell that and not like take it, and not keep ordering. So we mailed out a bunch today. Um, and you see the reviews for the Amber Sands. And remember, my company, I just started it 3 years ago. So, you know, we're still growing. Um, how you doing? Yeah, welcome. Okay, yes. Let me see. All right, so I won't take up too much of your time. Um, Thank you, everybody, for being here in this late night. Yeah, I had to. I was busy. I had, I had appointments and stuff, and I just got home like around 8 something. So 8:30, almost 9 o'clock. So it was like a busy day. I wasn't able to do anything earlier, and I it's like double booking and triple booking. you know, I need a personal assistant, and my personal assistants need a personal assistance. So, but thank you. And I want to just say, how to break some negative ties, to end it, how to break negative ties. Again, you have to decide to transform, to change. How to break negative ties is setting boundaries, grounding yourself. We mentioned a lot of things. Prayer, of course, to whatever you believe in. Setting, doing fire intentions where you write the name or the thing that you want to manifest and you kind of set it on fire, um, outside safely, and you write it on a piece of paper and you say, I want to do away with fear or this attachment to this person. And those type of rituals kind of help. Using manifestation sprays, of course, the protection spray. The protection spray protects you from your own mind and negative thinking. Being barefoot outside will center your chakras. Hugging a tree, of course, but praying and meditating, and taking steps. Another way you break those ties, become busy being abundant. Become busy being abundant. You like spirituality, go learn about astral projection. Go learn about something, go learn something new every day. Plan a business. Plan a business. Like you want to do a little side income, you want to know about investing, go watch investing. When you keep yourself busy, join communities like this one, or join other communities like that have an interest of yours. People that love to cook, join a cooking community, a farming community. Join a committee where, excuse me, where you're obligated to meet. Like for example, we got to meet every Tuesdays, and then you're like, oh damn, you putting your pants on, you're like, I gotta go meet these people because I paid for this membership or whatever, and I gotta do it. So when you stay busy is the most important thing. You're like, damn, it's Tuesday already, and it's like you keep booking yourself with events with new friends, or come be in the lives with me. It's like, at least for this hour, we entertain each other, talk about everything. And what Southwest said, I'm not going to say that word, but that gave people in the background, it's going to give people in the background a laugh, you know, because they're going to be, at least for this moment, we got to talk. We got to forget about our problems for a second. So keep busy. It's the best thing, that I could tell you. Start a business. You'll have enough to do. Go on positive rabbit holes. Read a book. Go to concerts. The music is so important. Yes, we're going to that K dot. The music is so important to center yourself, to vibe, higher, to dance. Go to a dance class, or just go to something that is free. The spring and the summer's coming out. Go to jazz concerts. You're interested in that. Find things to do, especially things that make you have to be there. Center yourself with eating right. We talked about ashwagandha. When you're calm, you stop like giving a uck. You know what I mean? You stop like caring. And also time heals certain, things. You don't forget what the people did to you, but find a passion of yours. You love music, find someone that you can go to a concert with, someone that you can count on, or you can do it by yourself, and you meet people when you get there. And be like, oh yeah, well, you know what? Let's exchange. You got Instagram? Yeah, I got Instagram. Girl. Okay, yeah, man, he's the best. And you meet people. Music is so important to me. This is why people, my channel is different, because a lot of people like, why you a tarot channel, you promoting Kendrick, or you doing music or whatever, and you see my shorts, I be using a lot of music. I am a musicaholic, a musicologist, a music lover, because music can censor, can put you in that mindset. Watch positive movies, watch rom-coms if you like that, and pay attention to synchronicities. When you start seeing numbers synchronize, you realize that those are messages. Your angels are saying things are going to change, things are getting better, and remember and believe that things are getting better. You put in this life for a reason. You're watching movies, you're doing whatever, everything is intentional. So just believe that you're on the right life path, because we're here, we're helping each other. Don't forget to do some psychic journaling. Yes, journaling helps you. Journaling is very important. I want to highlight that. For example, writing your goals. You could write what you're trying to get rid of. You know, you could say, I want to get rid of fear. I am fearless. I don't have attachments to such and such. You know, when you write it, and you do your manifestations. So make sure. Let me just say, there's a powerful. Uh, this April 30th. Um, um, okay, so let me see. Um, so let me just see something. Let me just make sure. Um, 1 second. So in the full moons, you could also manifest. Uh, in the full moons, you could release. In the new moons, you could start new things and release. So you know that also helps. Also, okay. Let's see. Let me just see. I just want to give you a date on something. Um, so we did have the full moon on Saturday, which you can, charge your crystals and be intentional. And these full moons and things like that, you gotta don't be crashing out on those days. Try to your intentions magnifies in that day. So if you're in the spirit of love, if somebody gets you pissed off, just come right back. To being feeling cool. So let's see. Um, let's see. Yeah, it's a what is the astrological? Yeah, I'm just trying to find something for you guys. I don't know what y'all saying. Southwood, don't forget to do some. Yeah, we talked about that. Um, and Venus is direct. Well, Mercury is no longer retrograde, so um, uh, I'm gonna make a shorts about it. I'm gonna make a shorts about it so I can give a better detail of what's happening because I don't want to take up too much of your time. I've been, doing a lot of videos today. If you see, like, I've done this video with the same outfit. I've been recording. I've been in and out of the house. It's been crazy. But thank you everybody for being here. I thank you for your support. I hope this was insightful and helpful. Should I leave it open? I guess I should leave it open for people so that they can rewatch. So that we can rewatch. The music is trash nowadays. So I listen to my old school stuff. Yeah, old school. Yeah, I like the classics. I could play that game. Guess the song, and I'm like, well, that's the, Little River Band. You know what I'm saying? Because I listen to a lot of genres of music. So it's like, what you want to do? You want to battle on samba? What we doing? Hillbilly Phillies? Not hillbilly Phillies, but um, this might sound crazy. I'm scared about journaling. My mom. Um, read my journal stuff, so I journal now. I'm gonna burn that journal after. It's my privacy. You could do a digital journal where you could speak into it, and they need a lock. They need a combination of password. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, physical journals are great because it's purging. But if you don't want to do it that way, you could do it digitally, and read it. Angela, there are a lot of dope new music artists. There's a lot of underground of people that need to be that are underrated. There's a lot of great artists that need to be celebrated. You just have to find them, right? And they might not be famous, like like I don't have 1 million subscribers, but what we're saying is so valuable. You get me? You get what I'm saying? And so that's the best analyzation that I can give you. This undiscovered hype. There's people that are great artists, but they're not mainstream, and they might be cheaper because like the tickets might not be so expensive because they're not big pop artists, so it's easier to get to them. Buy blue Southwest. I'm gonna still laugh at that word you said, such and such soap. Thank you for daring. I listen to all kinds of new music, so different genres. That's true. There are digital journals, audio journals, or even Word docs, USB. Um, I'm on it. Uh, I'm on my own now, but I'm still scared, crazy. No, I feel you. I feel you because I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I write my manifestations, but certain things I'm like, man, y'all not gonna have my manifesto, not my manifesto throughout the years. It's so sad when there are nosy people in my past, or even typing an email like it's all scary. But yeah, the apps, hide them in apps. It's like, man, you gotta get through this app, and then you need a password to get to my phone. It's like three gates, gated community, gated community. You gotta gatekeep your journal. I'm sleep. But anyways, thank you everybody for being here. Hit the like button, and we'll leave this up. Oh, Joshua, there you are. I was like, oh, I know Erica left a little bit. And I like the people silent watching. They must be so cute. Some of them, they're just writing or listening or whatever in the backgrounds. What type of music do you like? Uh, Joshua said, Southwest said, I get lazy with writing my manifestation, but I'm going to get back on track. Cherry Blossom, thank you. Foxy, have a wonderful night. Take care. Thank you. Segment tonight. I'm about to cry because it's time to say goodbye. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. What type of music do y'all like? What type of music do you like, Josh? Because I feel like we like we be in like certain music reactors. But thank you, Andrew, for saying that because that's so sweet. And happy celebrations. Those of you that are practice different religion, this weekend and Easter stuff. Let me see what people saying. This is like I'll be specializing in the longest goodbye. The longest goodbye. It's like, oh yeah, good night. Right, okay, yeah. So what you wearing? And I'll be staying here for like forever. What genre do you listen to? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. I love neo soul. I love some hip hop. I love hip hop and R&B. And I love rap. But I do love. I love Spanish. Dembow. Of course, we gotta go in there. Uh, just what else do I'm into? I'm into some different strange, I guess, artists. I like Blue Eye Soul. If you know, you know. Bobby Caldwell, of course. Uh, this is gonna sound. Wait, what's it? Uh, I like a lot of different people. I like I like a song from like I like a couple songs, a few songs from Aerosmith, right? Then I like you know, like just I'm all over the place. It's hard to say, but I love jazz. Jazz aficionada, like jazz, live jazz. I'm at the Blue Note. Ooh, I said too much, but you might could bump into me at the Blue Note Jazz Club in New York City. Until um no, I don't know too much about that. Yeah, I don't know too much about that. But I love Phony PPL. I just saw them. Um and that's like, they're not super pop. So yeah, I'm all over the place. I'm literally all over the place. Um I like different songs. Like I like that song Lady. I like the songs from the 80s, from the movies. Um I'm so all over the place, but you know, I know I have preferences that I love, so and artists that I love. My favorite artist will not change. Um, I love Jill Scott, Dwelle, and people like, who are these people? Like that song Obey. I'll just leave it there. It goes with Soul Ties. Obey, yeah, that's how it goes with Soul Ties. You already know. Hip hop mainly, but anything lyrical. Yes, hip hop, yes, anything lyrical. And that's the thing. The artist has to be substantial. They have to give me passion. Let me feel something. So when an artist can make me feel something, I'm with it if I like the genre, but I'm a little a little eclectic, but I have my preferences. Certain genre though, I might have suggestions. Josh, certain artists, but mainly old school. Okay, and Jewel, I remember and Jewel when we were talking about Keith Sweat, El DeBarge, um, um, what was the other group? Black Street. She loved Black Street. I think she did. Um, old school. Donnell Jones, some old school. Do you like old school rap? Because then we could. That's a another thing. You know. That's another thing. Like, um, Mike Geronimo, LL Cool J. Like that. That's a battle that I'm willing to take with somebody. My playlist is spectacular when it comes to old school. Um, you know, old school rap or whatever. Far Side. You can I don't think people can touch my playlist. I don't think they can touch my playlist. The golden, era. Um, they can't touch it. It's just too many. It's just too many songs. Camp Low, Lucchini. I still listen to that. Onyx. Tribe Called Quest, and I could keep just going. It will never stop. It will never stop, because I could keep just going. There's certain things. Yeah, I like lyrical stuff. Um, old school R&B. Yeah, old school R&B. We got you there too. Amel Larue. Amel Larue. She cannot be touched. That's a songstress. Um, yeah, we got you with old school. So I know what you like. You like the old school stuff, but yeah, my playlist, my R&B is on fire. My old school R&B is like, oh hell no, stuff you forgot about. But that's healing. So all of that is healing. So dive into things that you like, be in communities of music and stuff that you like, and by the time you know it, you start a routine that you like so busy. The weeks just go by, and you're like, wait, well, I was supposed to be sad about a breakup, and you just move on. But thank you. For the pleasure of your time. And we'll connect next time. Um, yeah, we'll connect next time. My next lives or whatever, I don't, I might just do super chat readings, and if not, I'm just gonna not do the readings, and just leave the readings for the members. So I'm still trying to decide that. I'm still trying to, yeah, because I don't want to just, yeah, I know what I'm. If you know, you know. If you can read me, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So let's see. R&B. Yeah, yes, I'm obsessed with R&B, but it's like stuff that I like, um, and it's so many. Like I listen to so many things that people be like, "Yo, what's that song? It's fantastic." It's like, like house music and just things that it's like, different things. But yeah, I'm extremely heavy on old school R&B. I go to still see like these people. I still go to see, different artists that were from the past that they're still going and doing concerts. I'm gonna write a playlist for you to listen to. School music. It's probably already in my playlist. Oh, unless it's something eclectic and some different sounds. That's nice. You should join the membership, Southwest, because it's like, unless you're gonna leave it in a comment. We communicate through comments. Be writing your anthologies in a comment, and I don't mind. Thank you for leaving a comment. You be writing. You are a writer. So it's quick anthologies, but thank you. And that right there says you need to be a member. We gotta get you. We still gotta get you because it's like then we could talk prior like more back and forth. But all right. So thank you guys. I'll see you. And yeah, just stay tuned um and we'll see you next time. And for those of you celebrating, enjoy. and, you know, do something new every day. Give yourself grace and, try something new. Tiny, uh, improvements every day. Thank you. And true. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I'm telling you, Southwest, you doing the same thing with the membership that you do with the lives. You could be in a live for 2 good hours, and it's like you just watching, and then you're like, okay, I'm ready to step in and say hi. Yeah, such and such. When it gets like a hot topic, you're like, wait, let me do my trigger fingers. Let me start talking, and you do the same thing with the membership. You're like, man, you still walking around there like, wait, nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I could just see you here. So it is what it is. But thank you so much, Joshua. See you around, and thank you for supporting. You're truly watching. You true, thank you for your support and your comments and your input and interacting in my community. And thanks for finding me. you know. And thanks, Koala, for yelling my name and bringing some folks here. And we'll see you next time. And if you need to contact me, my email's in the description. All the ways to hit me up in the description box. See ya. Okay, thank you. Good night.